Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wreckfest. Yes, we are back. It's been quite a long time since I last streamed some Wreckfest, but we are back. We're going to be doing some multiplayer races. Some will be sensible, some will be silly, some will go to plan, some will descend into chaos and madness. You know the drill, pretty much. Yeah. Hopefully we can have some fun. Wreckfest is definitely a challenging game. I like it. However, I haven't played much of it for a long time. Since we did the tournament, I haven't played before that tournament, I haven't played in a long time. And it is a game that takes me a while to, I say, get used to. It is definitely one of the more difficult games to, I say, pick up and go. Because the vehicles are not the most, cooperative. This Hammerhead RS, which I'm driving, is hopefully going to be quite good. It's one of the easier options I have, basically. Because, yeah, it's quite a unique handling model on here. But, yeah, it does take a little bit of getting used to, I have found in the past. So we might be terrible for a while. Who knows? We will very quickly. Well, we've got Ninetales here, so we know Ninetales is monstrously fast at this game. Liam's pretty damn quick. Dangerman's pretty damn fast as well on this one. We will see how it goes. Now, you are welcome to join this session. I think it might currently be full, but as and when spaces appear, you are more than welcome to jump in. This is a public lobby. We generally have the rule of, there's going to be bumps and some trading of paint. No insane torpedoes. Simply because it just ruins everyone's race. You wreck yourself, ruining someone else's day. What's the point? That one we play on intense damage. It makes it spectacular when the cars do crash, but yeah, we have a rough gentleman's agreement rule of don't be a complete twat, I feel, is the best way to sum it up. So, yeah. There's going to be bumps and taps and all of that kind of thing. But, yeah, don't be a colossal arsehole, pretty much. Brent, thank you very much for the super chat. It is much appreciated indeed. We are going to get started, and we are going to see what might happen on this one. Now, I don't know whether that... Oh, no, they have changed out of there. There was someone with a bus, and I wonder whether they're going to be a pain, but no. I don't know whether there's somebody in chat who is joined, but they've now got a Raven, so that is not too bad. I can't remember what are the strong cars. Also, do shout at me about volumes of stuff. It's actually been a while since I've streamed from the Elgato, and Wreckfest is weirdly quiet, so let me know if something is wrong, if the game is too quiet, or if I've managed to try and counter it, I have managed to boost it too much. Give me a shout, and I shall adjust. Oh, well, go! Oh, my wing's still attached. Ewan's facing the wrong way, and Ninetales is upside down. Ewan, you're in the way. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we didn't really have anybody. I actually hit Ewan's car hoping to push it clear or even spin it straight. Oh, Ewan's car has gone for another spin. I wasn't actually looking at the exact place where that one went on. Oh, Christ! That thing is very light. Jeez. I'm used to little taps not really doing much. Oh, apparently I do have an armoured bar on the front. Didn't actually know I had an armoured bar on the front. On this one, it's a bit sideways. Jeez. That is... Okay, the game's a bit quiet. Right, we can fix that for the next one. Oh, there's a big two-wheel moment for a crane. And there's a wall. Right, run down the hill we go. That is an absolute flight and a half for somebody. Is there going to be any crossover chaos? There is not this time around. I was too late on the brakes. There's kind of a... You go on the brakes... Oh, God. It's really easy to go on the brakes and lock everything up. It's really easy. That one there was probably a little late on the brakes and nowhere near hard enough on the brakes. So in trying to not lock everything up, I have gone... Oh, not heavy enough on them. I mean, we are past... a crane. I don't know. So, if that was an intentional wipeout, it shows you exactly why it's just not worth doing it. Because in all of that, the car that took out Crane, whether it's intentional, whether it's got a twitch, I can't tell from the second I was there alongside it, but it shows you that it's just not worth it. All that's happened is it's let me pass, it let Stevie pass, and they've lost absolutely stacks of time. We have caught up to Bumpy. Thought about going to the inside. We will. In the end, I wasn't quite sure we were going to get there. However, it has been. This pass has been successful. We're up to 4th. Honestly, could have been worse after what was a not great start. Oh, that's too much understeer on my own there. I mean, I'm not expecting this place to last particularly. I say particularly long. We will try. There is a 3-wheeled machine. We are around the outside of that one. We have got Bumpy and Gliska for company. There is a 3-wheeled Wild King up ahead. Oh, that is Danger Man. Oh, Danger Man's had a big accident somewhere and things have gone wrong for them. That is not so good on that one. Longbow leads the way with the Nexus. We know the Nexus is pretty quick. Ooh, I have gone in way too deep into that. I cannot get the brakes right in this car. We will go behind Crane. Ooh, Lado got hit. Gliska and Bumpy were hit. That actually works out very well for me. I will take that. Unfortunately, we are having a little bit of a quiet race on this one. Liam is perhaps pulling away slightly. Can we get away with jumping that curb? We can. Fantastic. That is what I like. I mean, I know this car here is a very good vehicle. There is no question, no doubt about it. I've just not driven it well enough. We got a little bit stuck early on. It cost us probably a couple of seconds. But, yeah, I'm probably just... I know where my skill level is with this game. And a podium or a 4th. Ooh! Yeah, I'm not actually crazy disappointed about. We are up to 3rd. I've just noticed... What happened to promote us to 3rd? Oh, Liam got away getting through the cross traffic. Eey. We will get a cross in front of the Ewan right there. Yeah, who dropped out? Because we were chasing Liam before. Did Ninetales maybe wreck? The fact that Ninetales is not towards the front makes me think maybe Ninetales has wrecked. Is that Liam? It is Liam that we are catching at the moment. Longbow is long gone. They've still got to survive one more lap, although I think Longbow's so far out in front that unless Longbow is killed at the crossover, but I think they're actually so far out in front they're not going to get hit at the crossover, even, unless there are lap-down cars. We have pulled away from Gliska, but that was largely to do with some of the chaos that went on earlier. Liam went on the curb and the car got upset, so that jumping the curb is slightly quicker. However, there's a chance your car gets unhappy, which is why I avoided it. Oh, that's okay, a little bit of a laggy collision. There was a resetting car that freaked me out. I was looking at, didn't quite see Gliska, though thankfully while the hit has done significant damage to the car, it was quite a laggy hit, which allowed us to, while the damage was done, our course didn't really deviate that much. In fact, it's only taken off 2 bits of life, which is odd. However, we are going to be around the final. We caught Liam, which actually is quite surprising that we managed to catch Liam. However, it's only going to be a 3rd place. I made myself a cup of tea before the stream. I didn't have time to drink it. Jesus, Lombow's cold. It's quick. Danger Man was out. Now, Ninetales was still going. I mean, Ninetales was quick, but obviously had trouble in the Road Slayer. So, who dropped down out of... I don't know who lost a bunch of position. But anyway, yes, I have a cup of tea. Bear with. As I did... Well, I didn't have time to drink it before the start of the stream. So, do not let me waste a cup of tea. Okay, important stuff here. Important stuff. Do not let me waste a cup of tea. I do not want it to go cold. Right, we can up the volume of Elgato. I hope... No, now it's slightly watching me too loud, right? But that will do. If it's too loud, shout at me. We can change it. If it isn't too loud, fantastic, basically. Travis, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, told a friend a joke. A man's dog ran away. She didn't laugh. It's a dog-gone joke. She's supposed to laugh. I'm sure there's something clever about it, but I'm going to give you a boo. I'm sure I'm missing something slightly on that one. I'm going to give you a boo anyway, or maybe more of a boo to me. It is indeed it's Yorkshire Tea Gold. It is the best of teas. The best of teas indeed. So of course, we have to have Yorkshire Tea Gold. Right, let's go to. I mean, we can always go for. I can't actually remember. I can't remember half the circuits. This is the only downside of not doing stuff on here for a while, is I just forget. This is always fun. Let's go for a 10-lap race in B class. Yeah, I think we're actually going to probably stick with the. Apparently, Dogon is a North American express. I have never heard that in my over here. That is not something I have ever heard. Okay. Apparently, it's American slang. They do not translate. I have never heard that over here. So that would explain why I don't understand it. So. There we go. A-Rod, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, how much is a gallon of milk in Atlantis? 2 squid. That I do understand. And that is going to be a boo to you from chat. Probably. Definitely a boo from me. Definitely going to be a boo. From me, actually. I might... Oh, that's not the thing I wanted to move around. Oh, no, go back there. What I wanted to move around was... Nope, still not the right bit. I'm going to... If I move that down... Actually, no, I don't want... You know what, I'll maybe wait until... I'm going to guesswork. I'm going to guesswork so it doesn't cover up the laps and the position and all of that stuff. I can't remember if it actually does or not. We're guessworking, all right? It's fine. Right, making sure tea doesn't go cold. Good old Yorkshire tea. Ewan has a toilet. Of course, Ewan has a toilet. There is always one with the loo when we do figure of 8 racing. I mean, if I see a toilet, I might crash into it intentionally. We will see. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. Saying Limerick to begin. Bish Bash Bosh. We out in the cars as they all have wrecks with visible scars after that last race, definitely. Lado was fast and Alex had a blast. Now time for the filming crew to be the absolute stars. Yeah, I mean it's going to probably. I'm unlikely to win much. I might luck my way into it. There are definitely. I think of all the games that we play that we film, I'm probably least competitive on Wreckfest. I mean, I would argue maybe Gran Turismo. I don't really film. We do occasionally stream on it. But I like this game. I just don't play it very often. And as I said, it's a little bit of a different handling model. And of course, the cult of 1P is back. Looks like my guesswork. I don't think the donation bot actually covered much because I think the top of the screen was fairly well. I don't think it was actually that blocked off, but it's fine. It's all good. It looks good enough. Ooh, we are between Crane and Gliska through there. I see we can get underneath Gliska there, but then we've got to go to the outside through the next corner, which is difficult, and I've run out of banking. We will get a great run on the exit eventually, but yeah, up high you will just... So I'm basically trying to use the banking to help turn my car, to fling it off the corner and get some speed, but you go too high, you run out of banking, and then suddenly you don't have any turning. We're taking a bit of a weird line through these. It's sort of working. Whoop. That one there was a little bit more slidey on the way in. Oh, God. Now, what can we do? So we're running a funky line. Longbow's Nexus is there. So Longbow, the Nexus is very, very quick. Longbow does have to drive the Nexus, or the Nexus is about one of 3 cars Longbow can drive, because the ping with Canada is should we say a lot, which makes the input lag a bit of a problem. So Longbow is very restricted in terms of a car choice. Really. Oh well, I can see somebody who is about to get a kick from this. Oh, yep. So you are a lap down, and all you are trying to do is ruin everyone else's race. I mean, it's funny. It's funny when, you know, you manage to find the idiots immediately. The thing is, I don't even have to tell people to kick them. Everyone who is racing in this lobby won't want them anyway, so they will just be kicked. I don't have to rely on the rely on the voting system. I can just do it myself, which I will. But you know, oh, there's a gap through which we can fit. We're on the outside of a Buick, essentially. I've forgotten the name of it. Oh, couldn't get away with that. Tried to be a bit, I say greedy on that. Not really greedy, we just tried a slightly different line. Oh, now on the outside of Liam, who is going to get that pass. Although we will cut under them, and in theory, we'll be able... No, not quite. Not got the grip. We're trying to hold it on really high lines, which, I mean, they kind of work, but not always. It was a bit of a gamble going across in front of Longbow. I mean, we haven't got much to lose at this point. We sweep off the corner. And actually, that line there is better. Can we get underneath Liam? Force Liam a bit wide. We're looking. There's a door. There's a door. A tiny bit ajar there that we were trying to find a way to shove a Volvo through, pretty much. Liam's vehicle does not seem to be enjoying life. Hello, Aaron. Don't mind me. Yeah, Liam's vehicle does seem to be a little bit out of its depth on this circuit. Dangerman has crossed the line for a victory. We are in 7th. Oh, there has been a big tumble. Oh, Gliska's got over. I'm going to hazard a guess. The asshole may have had something to do with that one. Stevie is in front of us, but we cannot catch. We will have to settle for 6th in the end. Oh. And there you go. We had a pretty decent car. The only thing we couldn't really keep up with... So we could match 9000 Longbow in terms of lap time. We couldn't really match the Raiden, although the Raiden's very well known for being insanely fast. So I'm not surprised we couldn't keep up with the Raiden. Ewan's toilet did not make it. Funnily enough, who would have thought the toilet would struggle to make it to the finish line? Aaron is stuck on 3 wheels, and that is, well, it was still going at the end, but it was stuck on 3 wheels. Last place Motorsport, thank you very much for the super chat, saying I have a condition where when I can't sleep I have to eat. It's called insomnomnia. That is terrible, and you are going to get a boo from me. Probably from chat. I would expect so from chat. You are definitely going to get a boo from me anyway. So, there we go. Well done. Bean, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, did you hear about the tomb with a mummy they found covered in chocolate and nuts? He was called Pharaoh Rocher. Oh, you are also getting a boo. Yep, you are getting a boo from me and from chat. I've also been watching Disenchantment because the new season comes out tomorrow, so I suspect that name has nothing to do with that. Maybe you are also a big fan of that series, but I've been watching through that because, yeah, the new season comes out tomorrow, so so far, username of the day. Right. 5 laps around here seems good. We're going down to C-Class. We'll mix up the classes. I would use A, but A is a bit of a mess. So I would use A occasionally. The cars are very fast and aren't always the most exciting. What do I want for C? I mean, to be fair, my Gremlin is normally pretty good. Actually, my Bulldog is good. The Bulldog is quite good. What was wrong with it? This was a tournament car, I think. I can't remember what was wrong with it, but yeah, screw it. Was this the one that was all the grip and none of the speed at all? Possibly. Possibly. I mean, around this circuit, that would work. Important tea break currently in between races. So, we have got my Bulldog. Ewan has a Blade. Dangerman has a stock car. Stock cars are quite good. They're fast but very weak. Gliska has a double-decker. Arrow, what was the speedy? I've forgotten. Can't remember. Cardinal is the Crown Vic. Little Firefly. Lots of Tri-Stars. So Firefly is the old Saab. Oh, my game is slightly freezing. Tri-Star is an old Skyline style thing, I think. Rocket's the old Mustang. Buggy is like the Beetle, just like a buggy version of a Beetle. Gremlin is the... what is the Gremlin? The Gremlin, I want to say it's like a Capri, but it's a bit bigger than a Capri. Because that's my other option in C-Class, this thing. No, I don't know. My brain goes Capri, but it's a bit too tall. I guess it could be a V6 Capri with the way the exhaust's coming out the hood. If it isn't that, I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, okay. I'm sure chat will inform me as to what it is. See, I was going to say Falcon as well. It's kind of it's too small to be American. Although is it too small to be a Falcon? Possibly. I mean, it's of course not any one specific car. The front end just seems quite Fordy to me. that's I think that's what it is. It feels like it should be a Ford of some sort. But there we go. I'm sticking with the Bulldog anyway, which I'm sure cannot go horribly, horribly wrong whatsoever. And some more tea it is. Oh, Fiat Dino? Yeah, actually, kind of. I can kind of see the Dino in it. It's a bit. It's again not the right shape. I can see a Dino shape in it. A bit. The front end's not right, but there is definitely a little bit of a Dino style. I mean, I love that old Fiat Dino. Really, really cool classic car. I don't think I've ever actually seen one out in the wild, so to speak. Right, here we go. Let's see what mess we'll have. I see somebody asking in chat. You are more than, if there's space in the server and you find it and you can join, you are more than welcome to join at any point, as long as you don't drive like a complete twat. You are more than welcome to take part. It's just you know, whoa, there is a Bulldog, oh no, there's a buggy. Oh, the buggy's had a terrible time. However, yeah, you also have to wait until there are spaces for you to be able to take part. We are going to try and sneak up the inside through here. Longbow with a massive lead early on. Oh, there's another one falling over. This time, I think that was Aaron, fell over in front of Ninetales. Can we? We are going to try and get around the outside. Ninetales is going to sneak past. A little bit worried about turn one. That is the reason, because if you miss your braking point, you're going to have a bad day. There was a wiggly tri-star as well that we are going to get past and move ourselves up. I mean, from the back row of the grid up to fifth already, pretty happy with. In the grand scheme of things, fairly happy with that one. Now I've got to try and chase down Ewan's Firebird, which I feel like our vehicle may be a bit better suited to this circuit than the Blade, possibly. I mean, I don't really know much about, like I say, the cars in this game. I know the ones that I like driving. That's kind of about. I don't know how they work in relative terms, in terms of performance and all that. However, this thing feels pretty quick here. I think this is very much a handling car. Top end. I mean, I kind of ignore the stats because they don't really mean a huge amount in this game. But it must be the top end is terrible. That is an opportunistic move. We can just turn in so much tighter through these corners. This is an ideal track for my car, pretty much. Can we duck underneath a bumpy? We're trying to go through a gap where Ewan was relatively kind. I say was relatively kind to us in that one. I don't think Ewan really had the grip quite to fight that, but we managed to find the gap between Ewan and Bumpy in the middle of that corner, which shows you just how much grip this Bulldog has. It's incredible. There is. Oh, that was a buggy. I'm amazed that's actually still running, because that had an absolutely tremendous accident on the first lap. It was tumbling down the road, being punted by everybody. How that's even still alive well enough to drive is a miracle. It's missing most of its front end. Ewan is right behind us. I was a little early on the brakes and a little cautious into the final corner. We're on to the final lap of the race. I don't think we're going to have time to catch anyone further up. We will chuck the car in through these next couple of corners. Oh, jeez. That was close to the time. I forgot how good this car is to drive. It's such a nice car, the Bulldog. I love it. It's an absolutely exquisite car. It's not very strong if it's involved in a crash, and it may have no top speed, but on a track like this, it is an absolute joy to drive. We will round the final corner. We pulled away from Ewan. We just ran out of time, essentially, to chase down the cars ahead. We did get fastest lap of the race as well. It wasn't by a million miles. You know, it was quite close between the top three. You know, 0.6 per second separated Longbow Liam. And me, bloody hell, that Bulldog is good. I'm liking that. I am liking that a lot. There was Aaron. We saw Aaron fall over at the start. It was always going to be difficult. God, that poor buggy. Oh, it had the worst start imaginable right there. I mean, none of us could really do much. I don't know what quite caused it to roll, but once it was tumbling and tipping through the air, there was only so much that could be done. Jeez. I mean, it actually somehow made it to the finish line. I'm happy with that in terms of the lap time. In terms of the performance, that was very good. It is now time for some tea quickly. There we go. Importantly, if I ever reach the max level in the game, does it not go above 75? Maybe not? No? Or maybe I don't know. So maybe I leveled up. It just looked like it had hit. I don't know. Not that it matters. I do like the title of Sir Crash a lot. I feel like that is a very, very fitting name right there. Oh, right. Speaking of crashing a lot, let's see. 10 laps, C-Class, at Crash Canyon. Let's see what happens here. Keep it, Cassie. Thank you very much for the donations. I've been watching for a long time, but first stream I've been able to catch. Fantastic. Yeah, we're streaming on a slightly odd day this week. So if you're finally able to watch a live stream now, welcome. So do you think you'll try out the Crew Motorfest? It plays fairly similar to Forza and looks gorgeous. I will definitely be giving it a try when it comes out. It comes out soon as well. There's quite a few good games on the horizon, which is always exciting. I think I'll go have my Gremlin for this. It's a little bit stronger. I mean, I could take the Limo. The Limo is very strong, but I don't think it's going to be so slow. I don't think the attrition rate is going to be high enough to require a Limo, so I'm going to try a Gremlin myself. But yes, I will absolutely be having a go with the Crew. I enjoyed the Crew too. I have to say, while I didn't play a lot of it later on in its lifespan, I was impressed with the way they kept updating it. They kept adding content, and not just sort of DLC chucked out and so on. They actually, a lot of effort was put into it through its lifespan, which was good to see. It was one of those games that I didn't quite keep up with initially, and there was always something else that got in the way. said got in the way. It wasn't that it wasn't a good game. It was. It had its flaws, but yeah, it was a good game. So yeah, Motorfest, I will be very curious to see how it goes. I'll definitely be very curious to see how it all works out. So yeah, I will be giving that a try as soon as I can, pretty much. Glisker is not sticking with double decker. Dangerman doesn't want a stock car for this, funnily enough. Don't blame me. Stevie with the El Matador. That's an interesting one. They can be very... Glisker's got there. I think that is the very, very... So that El Matador is almost as strong as the limo, just considerably far. You don't want to get hit by that if it's the one I think it is. Dangerman has got a limo. There's a few heavy hitters. So Crash Canyon is one of these races that we have had plenty of times. We have had incredible, stunningly close races around here. But there is always a chance that pure chaos is going to happen. And you never know. You never know what you're going to get until until the race runs. Oh, there's a nice spot on the grid for us. Please be better around here than my road cutter that bounces and does horribly random weird things. But we are off and underway. We will hopefully get the lead away from the Crown Vic. Now, we have the lead. Oh, look at this beautiful, clear track in front of us. This is the sort of stuff that we like. Now, personally, I haven't always been, but of late I have found I like taking the very high line through these banked corners, kind of run up the top, you get a good exit. Oh, I didn't want Ninetales working their way through traffic immediately. God damn it, Ninetales needs to be stuck in traffic for ages if I am to stand a chance. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, the Gremlin is good, I just don't think it's that good. Oh god, is Ewan all the way... So Ewan started on the front row and is now second to last. Ewan's had a bad first lap. Ewan's had a very bad first lap. Not sure if that's quite the way to the best line to take through here. I do know that doing that sort of high line is quite difficult to pass on. Well, it's quite difficult to pass cleanly with someone doing that because you always get such a good exit. However, you do, of course, leave the door open massively on the inside. Ninetales isn't going to torpedo, but it's always there's always a chance of things go wrong. And now, of course, the thing that we have to deal with is, as we are heading on the exit of these corners, we have cars coming towards us. Now, they don't want to crash into us. It's going to cause them grief in their own race. However, they may not intentionally end up doing it. They may get pushed. There may be contact. Yeah, you never know. Ninetales is catching. It's not crazy quick, but Ninetales is catching. Oh, is Ninetales going to try? So yeah, this is the problem. That the dive to the inside just makes you slow on the exit of the corner. However, if you are close enough that you can dive and block my run on the exit, that's when I have a problem. We will have to see. Ninetales is getting close. It's not quite close enough. It may come down to... Ooh, something like that. That could be disastrous for us if that hits us at the wrong point. Thankfully, it didn't. So we've got away with what could have been a bad moment. That is not the best run through turn number one, which has put Ninetales... So this is now where I could be vulnerable into this next corner. The Ninetales getting a big wheelie. The thing is, I kind of now don't want to take my line, but oh, Ninetales was not expecting me to hug the inside or to stay lower, because I had been running much higher. So I stuck lower because I knew if I left the door open as much as I had been, Ninetales would just chuck it in and that pass would be complete. And we are going to have to now follow Ninetales. Like, essentially, we're actually kind of using oval racing tactics a bit here. I'm taking away the line Ninetales wants to run. Now, what that might mean is Ninetales is going to go up the top. So we are now potentially vulnerable to a pass around the outside, because we are trying to steal Ninetales. We're not blocking... Well, they're not blocking it per se. We are just putting our car where Ninetales wants theirs to be to slow them down. These two are pretty evenly matched, though. Ninetales has not had an easy... Ninetales has slowly but surely caught us, but they've not found a way past. Now, is Ninetales going to go up top? They are. I think I should not have gone down to first in that one. It was a bit of a funky line all over the place through there. Yeah, first gear was a bad shout. So we kind of went in low, we went high midway through the corner. It is full defensive driving for the Gremlin. Park it on the inside and then sort of straighten it up for the slingshot off the top of the corner. Yeah, we are using every defensive trick that I know at the moment because we are under huge pressure. I think this is going to be the way to do it. Kind of drive in low, halfway around the corner, go very high, and then straighten it up for the exit so that Ninetales just cannot quite get underneath. But we are clinging on. We are absolutely clinging on for dear life here. Ninetales is going to send that one to the inside, and that one may be enough to do it because we just ran a little bit wide. We ran slightly too high, so I couldn't get on the power soon enough. Yeah, it was always going to be a matter of time before Ninetales found a way past in that, I think. We defended as much as we could, but yeah, in the end, we were just asking too much. Well, I say asking too much. We held on for as many laps as possible, but in the end, the faster car found a way to get through. Now, traffic may play a part here. It could help me, it could hinder me. It's definitely hindering Ninetales at the moment. Whether it's going to hinder me as well, I don't know, because we are trying to sneak up the inside of a Bel Air. Ninetales is all out of shape. Oh, and we get a little tag. I mean, we were... Can't really fault the back marker on that one at all. We were being aggressive. We were busy fighting for positions through there. One more corner to go. Ninetales' car doesn't like the jumps. It's the one thing we've got over that vehicle, is it is not a big fan of the jumps. We are into the back of the... What is it, Panther? Something or other? But it's just a bit too quick for us. We will have to settle for second. Great race. We fought as much as we could, realistically, and in the end, that was that. Fair play, Ninetales. Well done. Yeah, we weren't going to find a way past. It was just that little bit faster than we were. Valetain's Gremlin was also... Well, the Gremlins second, third and fourth. The Gremlins were good here. The Gremlins were very good here. Let's go against the El Matador into fifth. Dangerman got a limo to sixth. Actually pretty good. I don't think I actually saw the limo at any stage whatsoever. So there we go. It is, yeah, a relatively... Liam's rocket was flying, but yeah, it was a relatively clean race. Not too much chaos. A couple of vehicles got slowed down. The Thrasher and Hotshot got slowed, but other than that, pretty good. I mean, pretty good in the non, completely crazy department, like in being able to race. Right, tea is finished. Tea is finished, so we are not going to have cold tea, thankfully. The important thing is not to waste good Yorkshire tea. Blake, thank you very much for the super chat saying, did you see the Ryan Priest crash from Daytona? I did. I haven't. I'm terribly not up to date with my NASCAR this year. I as much as I love it, I haven't actually been able. I haven't watched a lot of it as of yet. But I did see the crash. That was an absolute monster of a crash. Yeah, I think with modern race cars in general, they are more difficult to roll than they used to be. But it does mean when they roll very spectacularly. Yeah, that was an absolute monster of a crash. So I'm glad to hear that he is okay from that. I think he had to go to the hospital for a bit. As far as I'm aware, he was okay from it, which is amazing. From such a, it was a. Yeah, I think one of the biggest rollover crashes I've seen in NASCAR, certainly for a while. I mean, Logano's one might be more spectacular, I think, considering it went over Bubba Wallace. But yeah, that was it. I did say it was a hell of a shunt. Brian, thank you very much for the super chat. I'm also a long-time viewer, but my first chance to catch a live stream. We have more. Welcome. Love your content, especially Wreckfest and Horizon 5. Well, I am very glad to hear indeed. Yeah, I hope you are enjoying this stream. It's actually I'm quite enjoying being back on the good old Good old Wreckfest. I haven't got too frustrated with the game yet, but we will see. We will see what happens going forward. But yeah, I'm going back to the Bulldog. I mean, this may not be the best circuit for the Bulldog. I just like driving this car. It's just very nice. Sometimes you just want a very nice car to drive. So yeah, that is what we are going to use here. We may struggle, say a little bit of straight line speed. It's not a long circuit, this one. Chaos can most definitely befool this track, shall we say. We've got next. We know the Rocket's fast. We know the Gremlins are fast. Whatever Ninetales is in will be fast. Look, I might be changing that. I don't know. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Gremlins. Oh, Ninetales has a Rocket as well. I think the small cars are probably going to be good here. I could be wrong though, honestly. I feel like this is a track where small cars are probably the way to go. However, if you know what you're doing, I'm sure you can make something ridiculous work around here. Gliska is going with the El Matador. Is everyone ready? Is it just Wreckfest taking its time? Oh, no, we are waiting for T-Bell over here. Yeah, with a TriStar. Okay. What can we do in this race? I mean, if we start on pole again or on the front row, that's always a good sign. It's much easier. It's much easier in any race. Let's face it. It starts at the front. You can just have a much easier time, a much cleaner time, a much more straightforward time. Start further back, and you're going to be involved in chaos. I mean, hopefully not too much chaos, but okay, it's not the worst spot on the grid for us. We are off and underway. We are going to be on the outside through turn 1, which isn't great, but it does put us on the inside for the next corner. TriStar was having some issues. Oh, hello. I don't know who that was, but someone, I think it was a buggy, but I'm not sure. It could have been a Bulldog, or it could have even been like a Firefly or something. Don't know who it was. An absolutely hilarious death. Well done to you. Glorious chaos has befallen us immediately, or has befallen somebody, and Stevie's fallen over from the lead. We've prized a door open with a Bulldog and found our way past. I mean, we're going to lose out to Gliska's El Matador. I do not want to have a fight with it. You can see how heavily armoured that thing is. That is not a vehicle you want to have a scrap with. I mean, Ewan has put us in a slightly compromising position alongside the El Matador. We are through, though, and up to second. And Liam is coming with us. We get sideways over that crest, which is not at all what I want. However, all is fine. Can we go and chase down the TriStar that Danger Man is driving? I think so. Surprisingly, clean-looking TriStar. It almost looks out of place in Wreckfest. That looks far too nice to be on this sort of a race. It's a proper race car livery. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to have all the options, of course, in the game. Get turned. Oh, the bullet is to the inside. I don't know if Liam is going to really want to be alongside there. It's a difficult corner. I can't actually turn my car the other way. I think Liam is going to get past us here unless we can find a lot of speed on this wide line, which I can't because we just understeer mid-corner. And we are not going to quite have the acceleration to pull that one off. I mean, I say it's okay. It was a good manoeuvre from Liam. They have the speed in the bullet to make that one work. We will try and fight back if at all possible. I mean, if Liam goes and fights Danger Man and they both slow each other down, could there be a opportunity for me to sneak past? Absolutely. This is a place actually where we may be struggling. When I say struggling the most for grip, back end does like to step out through that corner. Not going to find a way past this lap. It is absolutely nose to tail through here. Don't know if we might have made a little bit of contact with Liam, or Liam may have got sideways on their own through there. It was very close either way. We are over the crest now. This is all about, at the moment I'm driving this, just desperately trying to minimise oversteer, keep up momentum as best we can. Because I think these two are, I mean, we're very close, matched in speed. I think the two ahead are maybe just a fraction faster. Liam going for a similar pass on Danger Man as they did to me, but not quite able to pull it off. Couldn't quite get the overlap. Of course, the more they try, the more it allows me to catch up and join. Dangerman very defensive in the final corner, as they are going to have to be. Gliska is back in fourth, a little further, but can't really challenge us. Is sort of holding off the rest of them. Liam is now to the inside. They're going to make contact. My goal is to try and profit from them bumping into each other. I was a little too far back to be able to do what I wanted to do through there. They're leading and leading and leading, and Dangerman has still got the lead of the race. If they fight each other too hard, there is a Bulldog that would very much like to profit from this. Will Liam send it in the final corner? Wants to, can't make it. We are trying to duck underneath Liam. We lean on... Oh no! We leant on Liam. And we put Liam around. I did not mean to put Liam around on that one. I tried to sneak it up the inside and I just did not have the grip at the end there. I did not have... Well, Jesus, the lap times. Ninetales' rocket was very quick. Well, I say very quick. We're only talking a few tenths. Dangerman a 35.2. Me and Liam in the 34.9s. I mean, there is like tenths of a second between the pair of us. And yeah, we just lent a little bit too hard on Liam in the final corner, trying to get up the inside, and ended up putting him around. So sorry, Liam. It should have been second and third for us, but neither of us were getting Danger Man. We were trying to profit from them making a mistake from their fight, which sadly never quite. They kind of came through about turn 2, but I was a little too far back to be able to do anything, which is how it goes sometimes. It was a great fun battle. Where do we want to go? Shall we go to... I mean, this is always a good challenge. 8 laps of Hellride. Now, this is tough. 8 laps of Hellride is difficult to survive. We do have one additional rule, I should point out. You must take the jump. You must take the centre jump. The only times you are allowed to avoid it is if it is impossible. So you've been pushed away from it by other cars. If there's 3 cars on the ramp and you've got no other options. As Thinker said, anyone who misses the jump is a soggy Pringle. You've got to take the jump. No cheaping out of it. Because, yes, technically it's faster to avoid it, but honestly it makes the track very boring if you go for avoiding it a lot. So, we will say you must take the jump. Unless, of course, it is physically impossible. There are a number of reasons why that can happen. As I said, if you're 3 wide going towards the jump and you get bumped out of the side, I'm not expecting you to stop and turn around to go up it. Or if there is a bunch of cars coming towards you and you don't really have another choice but to go to the side of it, that's also, fair enough. I'm feeling the Gremlin may be a bit better a shout for me here. Raven might be a terrible shout, actually. A bit more top speed. Do I want top speed? Maybe. I mean, it says the Bulldog has good top speed, but that doesn't really seem to work like that. My rocket isn't terrible from what I remember, but I'll stick with the Gremlin. A-Rod, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, did you know Dangerman has ancestors in the Bible? His ancestor let Mary and Joseph use the stable when the inn was full. He was known as Manger Dan. You're just going to get a boo. You're going to get a boo from me. And from chat, and from the filming crew. You are getting a boo from everyone. The game is freezing. At least it is the game and not my computer this time. Right. So there are a couple of schools of thought you can go for with this race. You can go for something very strong, in the hope of surviving till the end. I'm not particularly fast. Not particularly strong. I've gone for a fast car. You can go for a strong car. You're never going to be quick enough to win the race outright, but you may be one of the last vehicles surviving. It's possible we only have a couple of cars finish. It's possible 10 or 12 cars finish. This is normally a pretty high attrition rate. If you're going to use a heavyweight, if you're going to use something all about survivability, this may be the place to use it, but there's no guarantee that's going to work. Plus, if you get one unlucky hit on the jump, even the strongest of cars can be in trouble. So, yeah. Although you are more likely to be the one dishing out the punishment, but there is no guarantee if you get hit, if you get nudged off the jump, even the big heavy cars, even the strongest. I mean, by the looks of it, most of us have gone for speed cars. I mean, the hearse is going to be quite strong. The Vandal could be quite strong. El Matador, we know, is strong. Mud Digger, don't know. I think too bouncy. Double Decker will be funny. I kind of want to push it over. Whether we will be able to. Someone shout at Liam. Actually, no. No, Liam can miss the race, because then we stand a better chance of getting higher position. Liam's very fast. What is Ninetales in? A Venom. They're pretty good. I don't know how it'll do around here. But this is... Oh, we're a long way back. Possibly safer, though, to be honest with you. Not necessarily the worst place to be on lap 1 is further back. Because you don't want to be... you know what, Gliska? You're in a hurry. I'm not going to fight you on that one. Yeah, Gliska's had to take avoiding action. I don't blame anyone further, because there was a lot of cars having a wander. Don't blame anyone taking avoiding action on that. I think it's fair enough. There was quite the limitations on control. Right. We are up on the wall. Now, riding the wall is quicker. You will be going faster. However, riding the wall multiple times can well lead to suspension damage. Everyone got stacked up. And is that Crane? Oh, well, it's Crane who's fallen over. Where is... Was it Crane? No, it looked like Crane's colours. It might have been I am number 1 or something. So yeah, riding up on this wall is quicker. However, if you keep doing it, you can damage a wheel and you can lose your front left. So you've got to... I say you've got to use it tactically over the course of 8 laps. That can cause some serious issues for your car. Ninetales is leading the way. Gliska is second. We have a Dutch cookie in front of us. But of course, positions at this point in the race are not going to matter. I say not going to matter. I mean, a lot is going to happen between now and the end of the race. Oh, we have made it up onto the ramp. It's put us up to third. Uh-oh. Oh, we took a big hit there. I mean, I think the hearse actually came off slightly worse than we did, to be honest. Considering what we hit, that could have been so much worse for us. We only took about 20 hit points worth of damage, whereas Danger Man is high up on the wall, so there's no point. I can't really fight that because, well, we both want the same space. I'm going to force Danger Man to take an awkward line, but it is of no real use. Oh, there is a wreck heading towards Longbow. Longbow got away with that. Longbow is fine. Oh, we jumped over some cars. No, it's not Longbow, sorry. God damn it. Longbow was in a muscle car as well. It was Dutch that took the hit, but didn't really affect them too badly. Right, Danger Man. Woo! Jeez! There was a bit of lag there. Well, there was little I could do on that one. Yeah, we had very little option to deal with a laggy Crane. That was sort of throw the car out of the way of Crane. We were not going to make that turn. So that's the sort of one. What can you do at that point? I can't make that turn, so you're going to end up avoiding it there. Right, off the banked corner we go. That is a big flight for a bumpy that came flying down next to us. We are going to... Whoa, almost land on that. Oh, the hearse has hit the Dutch cookie very hard. Ninetales leads the way. Don't know what's happened to Gliska. I think they were in second at one point. They have fallen back, but they are still circulating. Oh, that car there's had an issue. We are flying through the air. Aerial attack on Longbow! Did not materialise. But the lead group has rather closed up. This is the battle for the lead. We are going around the outside of Longbow. Oh, we've got to get off the wall because we were going to have a very big accident there. That was an ambitious pass attempt. I mean, it worked. I think we have more pace than Longbow. I think Longbow's all about armour and survivability, judging by the fact that's still on full health pretty much. Whoa! We're going underneath that. This is getting mad and spectacular all at once, really. Longbow lands nicely, and we carry on. Okay. I mean, the Venom doesn't seem to be astonishingly fast in comparison to the Gremlin, which is fine by me. That is good news for us. Up towards the jump we go. Nothing is here. Nothing is approaching. We will fly through the air. The Venom doesn't look very good on that landing, whether that's damage or whether that's just the Venom. Its natural abilities. Oh, that was a clonk on the front left wheel that I didn't really want. You see the front left wheel wobbling. So if you drive up the banking smoother, you'll get away with it, but we hit that one quite hard, and that definitely did some damage to the front left wheel. There goes a Gliska tumbling down the road. Oh, God, we almost got murdered by a bumpy. Oh, Longbow's fallen off. I don't know whether Longbow got hit. I'm going to presume probably in that one. Longbow has lost some ground and actually fallen out of the top 4. Might have even fallen further back in that one. We are going to try and do a big jump over the double-decker car. We will land not amazingly well, but it's good enough. We're still at 79 life, which is pretty good at this stage in the race, all things considered. Oh, we're up onto 2 wheels a little bit. Do not fall over from the lead of the race. It would be a very fail-racy thing to do if that is what put us out or put us down the order. We're just trying to avoid it currently. Over the jump we head. There's some cars heading towards us. Field spreads a little bit nicer for us. Ninetales has had an issue. Ninetales has had a big problem somewhere. They've lost a heap of time. So I'm going to guess... Oh, there is Ninetales. It looks like they may have even lost a wheel. Danger Man is up to 2nd now. Don't know what car Danger Man is in. The rate of attrition has been quite high. Longbow's back to 4th now. I'm going to guess at about 7 cars still circulating. Which, honestly, if we finish with 7, that's quite good for Hellride. I actually think Hellride is one of them, certainly the way we play it, is one of the most destructive circuits that you can do. It is quite spread out now. Oh, Ninetales' car is absolutely crippled. Has got wheel spin going up the jump, but that's not very nice. Right. We've got one more time around. Danger Man is far enough back. So that's Danger Man's car, the yellow muscle car with the massive wing. There is Longbow. If we can just crest this jump, land nicely, which we do, I see no reason to ride the wall here and risk my front wheel. It's the final lap of the race. We've got an 8-second lead, so there's no point in me doing anything that risks a wheel falling off and scuppering or rolling at this stage, or having any car finding a way to crash into us. It will be victory for us, our first victory of the day. It looks like 6 cars may finish. It has been a pretty... Bumpy's car has got a lot of life left. Yeah, Longbow... Has Longbow lost a wheel? Can't tell if that has lost a wheel. Yep, it has. That would explain where Longbow is. I mean, Longbow's lost a wheel. Ninetales has also lost a wheel, I believe. Bumpy has not lost a wheel. It's very wobbly. Yeah, Ninetales has lost a wheel. So, 6 cars finish. Only 4 cars finish with the right amount of wheels. That is... Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be... It was always going to be brutal. I mean, this is with normal cars as well. It was always going to be brutal. 6 cars finish. Liam would DNF out of this one. The double-decker, I mean, the double-decker DNF, but it got in the top 10. Which is something. The hearse, I might have had something to do with that death. I definitely think we did a fair old whack to it. Ninetales, fast lap of the race. However, I don't think it could do it consistently. I think it had issues with the jump. We were able to. We did kind of chase it down a little bit. Yeah. Hey, our first victory of the day. I am happy. We're not going to go winless the entire time. At least that is something. Right. Let's go. We're going to go back to B class for a little bit here. I can't remember what circuit this one is. I quite like this track. More cowbell. Thank you very much for the donation. Saying wife wants a newer car. 2012 Suzuki Swift Sport is now too old. I suggested a 2003 Aventine V6 manual. The lump on my head will take a few days to go down. Oh, why would anyone disagree with an Aventine? I mean, the Aventine is a wonderful car. The Aventine is brilliant. I don't know how anybody could dislike the Aventine. But yeah. Oh dear. To be fair, I'd have an Aventine. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to get one, but if someone offered me one, I'd absolutely have it. Like, it would work. It would be a great dog car. Like, huge. I could fit many dogs in that one. I wouldn't worry about it messing up the boot of my nice new Jag. So, you know, an Aventine is a great. An Aventine is the answer to all your car-related questions. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. So here's some racing jokes. What kind of horses should you race in the dark? Nightmares. You're definitely going to get a boo on that one. How do you know when someone is taking part in a drag race? When you see them wearing high heels. God dear, these are terrible. These are terrible. What is Cass's favourite racing game? I say Gran Turismo, but wouldn't it be Assetto Corsa? Because you can actually race as a cat in Assetto Corsa. I feel like that is the way to go. Cass was around. Eve is in the office. Eve is on our cat tree. She's in her favourite spot. The PS, the Cult of 1P. Indeed, it is the Cult of 1P right there. Okay. Oh, and also, sorry, Staroa? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, watched all Descent VODs. Will there be more soon? I'm sure we will go back. We will do some more of the Survive the Descent stuff on Beam at some point. Yeah, I have no doubt there will be some more of that. There will probably be some more of the sort of shredder style thing, the video that we had come out yesterday, because that was very good fun to do. It's very silly, and people seem to have really enjoyed that. So, yep, there will absolutely be some more of those along the way. We've got 2 great maps for it. I mean, one of them's got multiple routes as well. So yeah, there will undoubtedly be some more of those at various points in the future. It's Outlaw, Stella, another Rammer RS, the Raven, Nexus, Boomer. I mean, my Roadcutter, I liked my Roadcutter as a car to drive. This is from the recent tournament. Lovely car to drive, just was allergic to even the slightest bumps. Now, that won't be a problem around this track. That won't be a problem around here at all. There's no bumps as far as I remember. It's a bit of a fiddly circuit, but there are no bumps. If we're stuck in the middle of traffic, it could be like this. I mean, it's going to be mayhem trying to carve your way through the pack, but at least the Road Cutter is relatively big, relatively strong to survive the hits that are going to go on at turn. The chicane is a mean chicane, shall we say, to have right from the bat. I don't know if this is a real circuit. Some of the tracks are based on real circuits. I'm going to guess this one isn't, but oh, well, I honestly don't know whether Aaron was pushed or whether, I think, by the looks of it, I think Aaron was pushed. Don't know how many cars were involved in the pushing that happened there. But, yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a Rallycross style circuit, if you like. Oh, we're going to end up out a little bit wide out of the final corner. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, though. You'll get away with it. I think this track may be a little small for the Road Cutter. I think the Road Cutter excels more at the faster, longer tracks, but it does at least have the strength whereby if there is some argy-bargy, it should survive it quite well. You know, it did on the opening lap get away with those contacts. Ninetales is to the front of the field. Don't spin your wheels up too much through there. We are kind of sat in no man's land a little bit here, struggling to catch. I think we have got similar pace to the group in front, but we're going to struggle to catch them. We have to hope that they fight each other and slow each other down. That's what we're going for here. Is that Ewan going for a dive on Longbow? Oh, sorry, on Ninetales. I think so. Don't know if it didn't quite work. Then we've got Longbow stacked up behind them and Gliska behind that. We almost ended up in the wall. So we're likely to get caught from the cars behind at this rate. Oh, we're wide. Final corner again. Come on. Ugh. Yeah, car's a bit big for this. It's a bit big for this track. We really need a fast, flat circuit for this one to excel at. Gliska is passing Longbow. Oh, is this not for the lead? Oh, for some reason I thought those were all the leaders. They're not. Ninetales is much further down the road. All Gliska got a big oversteer moment, and all the time gained has gone away. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate indeed. And Gliska, to the inside. And there is nothing I can do on that one. Nothing Valentine could do on that one either. So Gliska got to the inside, which is perfectly fair. Just as they bumped the car in front, it turned their car, and I'm not going to be able to suddenly avoid a car blocking the entire track. I don't have the brakes. I'm already committed to that corner, so I can't make my car disappear and instantly stop. And so unfortunately, we just ended up in the door on that one. But that is the way it goes sometimes. It is the final lap of the race. It was a little bit of a dull race for us in as far as we sort of watched a fun battle in front, and just as we caught it, it all fell apart and we got stuck in the falling apart bit, which is a little bit of a shame, but alas, 'tis the way that it goes sometimes, and we will cross the line. I mean, it's still 7th, but there we go. It's kind of all we could do. Ninetales would take the victory ahead of Danger Man. Longbow got up to 3rd in the Nexus, and then it was Dutch, ahead of Ewan, Gliska, and we would end up in 7th, ahead of Valentine, Stevie, and Liam rounding out top 10. Liam slipped back a little bit. I mean, we had some decent pace, actually. Gliska was quite fast as well with the boomer, just couldn't get through the, couldn't get through the traffic. It happens. Unfortunate, but it does. Right. Ah, Chris is here. Hello, Chris. We are going to go to... I mean, we haven't gone to it yet. Let's go to the good old Death Loop. 6 laps around here. We'll stick with the B-Class cars. You're going to probably want a little bit of a stronger vehicle. Although, I mean, the heavyweights... This is not going to be as destructive as Hellride, really. But you never know. Similar rule applies here as to Hellride, although it's probably not quite as significant in terms of... So you must take the loop unless you are physically unable to. If you are missing a wheel, for example, it is not recommended going around the loop. Kind of possible, but kind of dicey. Actually, I'm not going to take the road cutter because I know what it does around here. I'm going to instead take... I'm going to take my Hammerhead. It's one of the few cars I like to drive. So yeah, you must take the loop unless physically unable to or unless pushed away from it. Although I think most people would because the loop is actually faster than the alternative layout. Not necessarily by a huge amount, but yeah. Can't Burn, thank you very much indeed for an incredibly generous donation. Much appreciated. So you guys are great. I'll try to catch you live the next time. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad to hear you are enjoying the videos, enjoying the streams. Hope to see you in more in the future. Hope you will continue to enjoy the madness and silliness and whatever nonsense we can come up with. I mean, there's going to be plenty more. There's plenty more on the way. So yeah, thank you very much. We have got a selection of vehicles and a selection of game crashing going on. Well, game napping. There we go. Let's go for that. Just having a little sleep. Starbeast, Trooper, Wild King. Nothing ridiculous. Nothing crazy on this list of cars. Well, outside of a motorhome. I mean, we know the limo's kind of strong. But I don't think strength's really going to be what's needed. We'll probably lose a couple of cars. There'll be a couple of DNFs, but it's unlikely to be a crazy high attrition rate, basically. Might get a bit mad. This is a bit like Crash Canyon, really, this circuit. A lot of the time, in these kind of cars, a lot of the time fairly sensible. However, there is always a chance that everything goes wrong and it ends up not being sensible at all. That can often depend on how the field spread goes and whether there is wrecks blocking routes and all of that kind of thing. It is time for the race. After our pole at front row at Crash Canyon, we have not had great luck, but I'm actually happier to be back here, to be honest. It's slightly safer, really, for us. At least, oh no, Ewan, out of the way. Me and Longbow just deposited Ewan off the circuit. Oh, that's got very busy. Right, we are through that mess. We are out the other side. Oh god, this isn't as good on the loop as the... Oh! That was bad. That was bad for a lot of people. We've survived. I mean, it was bad for a lot of people. It was great for us. We could not have asked for a better outcome, really, on this first lap. Back row up to 5th. I'm running wide into turn 1 because I know there's a limo on the inside. The last thing I want to do is get tangled with it, and I want to get past it cleanly. Pretty straightforward manoeuvre at the end of that. Can we get underneath Crane here for the position we do? Right, we move up to 4th. However, we are not the fastest or the best at this loop. Crane's vehicle much better around there than we are. Jesus, Crane's car's got a hell of a run off of that section. We handle better, but that is way faster through the loop. So, yeah, we're going to have a difficult time here. We're again, similar manoeuvre that we did on the limo last time around. Oh, you get oversteer. Crane's actually left a lot of space. I'm guessing Crane didn't quite know where we were in all of this. So it's Liam versus, I believe, Ninetales up at the front. Valentine is in 3rd ahead of us with that Rammer, or Rammer RS, not sure which one. Ooh, there is a wreck on the... Oh, there's a Danger Man on the loop entrance. Don't know what's happened to that car. We are around the loop nicely, at least. Oh, something happened to Longbow. Longbow may have got clipped somewhere or had a problem. Oh, and big hit on Valentine for... Oh, I think it might have been Crane that got involved with that. Oh, Chris's car is a mess. We are still on 100 life. Which is... I mean, nice. We've lost some time, like, dodging all of that chaos, really. Stevie's up to 4th. Don't know what car Stevie is in. I think and Phil, Chris is out. The leaders have just gone round the loop. I think Danger Man's car may be broken at the point where it is technically alive, but it's like lost a wheel or something's buckled, so it can't continue driving. Liam has had an accident somewhere that's given Ninetales the lead. It's not like Ninetales needs more of a gift on here. Everyone clears Liam's car. Okay. Can we pass the muscle car? That is the question. Come on, Volvo Estate. You can do it. You can do it. There are some wrecks around the place. We'll jump over the wreck of Chris's car. It's thankfully not in too bad a location for us. Yeah, the downside thing for us is we just do not have the straight line speed for the loop. That is where we really struggle. I mean, we are just quick enough, but it really is an only just sort of a moment. We will jump here. Yeah, we have not got the pace of Liam or Ninetales for that matter. We've got one more lap to go. The only way we move up a position is with a wreck, essentially. Or, well, it doesn't have to be a wreck, but a crash of some description. The only way we're going to make progress here, because those cars are just quicker than we are, which, you know, it's fair enough. So I think this is more of a handling vehicle. I definitely fare better with the handling vehicles on Wreckfest. Oh no, did not know. Oh, this is bad news. Come on, Volvo, stay on the loop. So I was expecting, I think it's bumpy. I was expecting them to jump much further than they did, and they really did not. So we had to kind of panic and bail on that one. Oh, Longbow did a front flip on the loop. That's weird. Don't quite know how you managed that one. I've never seen that. I guess maybe like a bit of the front end of your car might have got caught on something, possibly, that had it fall off. That's an odd one. I've not seen that before, but there we go. Oh, Valentine. We were racing with Valentine for a while, and that's limped its way across the line. Crane is a very poorly car. Crane's car was quick as well at the start, but there was a big wreck that took out a whole bunch of vehicles and dropped them down. It didn't kill them, but dropped them a long way back. Ugh, and Crane will cross the line. The limo ended up in 6th. Bumpy was 5th. Good work from Bumpy. Aaron was 7th. Ahead of Ewan, Valentine, and Lanky Giant would round out the top 10. Crane, the last of the finishers. Longbow was out. Dutch was out. Chris was out. Danger Man and Gliska. Gliska went out on the first lap. Jeez. Did not see what happened to Gliska. They had a bad time. They had a bad time by the looks of it. I don't quite know what occurred on that one. All right, shall we go to? I mean, that was on the most part. You know what? Let's go for a sillier race. See, I mean, the loop is silly, but it's not really as silly as here. This is another one that's. This is probably the second most destructive circuit behind Hellride. Although that being said, you can also have kind of sensible races around here. What car do I want? See, ideally, I'd want my road cutter, but my road cutter won't survive the bumps. Don't think. Oh, I think that's on the. I think that's the jelly car setup. Hotshot is. It's not going to be fast enough. What is my rammer like? Is my rammer decent strength? That might be the way to go, actually. Screw it. Let's give it a try. Okay, so apparently Lanky Giant is going to get a warning for driving like a bit of a fool. So just chill it out a bit. Otherwise, we will have to remove you from the session. Right. Danger Man going for the strength of a trophy runner. Probably not a terrible way to go. See, for this one, I feel like just out-and-out strength is probably not going to work. Super lightweight, probably not going to work. You do want something with a bit of strength, which is why I got this. It is pretty fast, but it's more about the survivability fact. Oh, as I said, I would like to use my road cutter, but this is just jump after jump. So, it's not going to be the way to go, really. There's a Rammer RS, there's a Rocket in here. Bumpy's got the Hammerhead. Yeah, I mean, this is quite a varied selection of cars. I think Longbow may be going for, Wild King's like a little bit stronger than the Nexus. I mean, like the Nexus will be quick here, probably be very fast over one lap, but it's whether it survives. So if anything gets caught in the middle. Okay, not a bad spot on the grid. I mean, we are, of course, alongside Ninetales. We are off and underway, and Chris has climbed over the back of us a little bit. I mean, that's fine. Now, the fastest line around here is up on the wall. I don't know whether you'll damage your wheel up here the same way that you do on... Oh, laggy Liam. Yeah, I don't know whether you damage your wheel the same way you do on Hellride, maybe. Ninetales with a big slide, but it has worked for them. Oh, Ninetales is very laggy. Oh, we are going to jump over a vehicle. Now, can we kind of ride up on the wall a little bit? This is where it gets a bit chaotic. We're all sort of crisscrossing for now. Liam all the way around the top. It's not quite going to work. There is some lag going on in this race, which is scary, I think is the best way to put it. I'm just never quite sure where a car is. Oh, we got no rear end grip through there. I think I may have lag murdered Liam, because it looked like Liam got turned and I was still in front of them. Or no, they're back behind us, so they didn't get... I don't know what's going on. The servers suddenly got quite laggy. Oh, and I've got that corner there. All manners of wrong. We will jump through that part. Yeah, we just do not quite have the speed, of Liam and Ninetales. The lag is not helping with some of the wheel-to-wheel racing. Oh, crap. Oh, that's a big hit. That is a big hit on our car. Oh, and I can't go up that way. It'll be quicker to do that than faff about with reverse and getting it moving and everything. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen at some point. It's going to happen to someone. There's probably going to be a fair few more of them before the end of the race. Oh, it looks like Danger Man may have gone over on... Is that Crane? Yeah, it is Crane. We've actually only technically really lost one place now. We've only really lost out to Longbow. It could have been way worse. I mean, that's why I've got the strong car. If we'd got hit in one of the lighter vehicles that I tend to race, like let's say the Bulldog. I know the Bulldog's C++, but let's say we got hit in that, you would just disintegrate. I mean, it might not have killed you, but it would have done a lot more damage than that one. Because, yeah, the limo hits hard. I think the actual bit of lag may have saved us too. Right, Longbow has lost some ground this lap. We will go a bit sideways. Who is that? Are we racing them for position? Nope. But we slid into them, and it did turn us. Oh, yeah, that was just a little bit... Oh, bloody hell. Let's go. That was just a little bit unfortunate, really. Oh, that was unnecessary, I think, is probably the nicest way to put that. It's just very unnecessary. Oh, Danger Man's having a bad day in the middle of all of that. Whoever's car that was, I think that was actually Dutch that got smacked in the centre. Ninetales has won. Ninetales was a lap ahead, bloody hell. Ninetales just had a lovely clean run. Danger Man was battling for 4th and has lost a wheel and in a very poorly trophy truck right there. That's unfortunate for the man of danger. There is a Longbow across the line in 3rd. Gliska is ahead of us, and there is nothing I can do about it at the end here. There is some real lag going on. We will cross the line in 5th. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. I mean, we had an alright pace. It was probably pace for 5th at the end of the day. Longbow actually got 2nd with just consistency. Wow, it's actually quite high rates of attrition around here. I mean, it is damaging. It doesn't feel as damaging as Hellride, but it really was. Almost, anyway. Danger Man, I mean, we saw Danger Man was running so well and then wasn't, is the best way to put it. Yeah, 9 vehicles finish. Crane 2 laps down, missing wheel. Danger Man a lap down, missing a wheel. The Danger Man actually got the fastest lap of the race as well, but that is unfortunate. Valentine was out early on. Ewan's Trooper did not... The Trooper's just not quite working. I think it is safe to say the Trooper is not enjoying life in all of this. Oh, dear. Poor Ewan. Poor Ewan, indeed. Right, let's go to a slightly different track. Savolak's Sandpit. There we go. Relatively straightforward layout. Actually, quite a fun layout. I might add a couple of laps on. Because, I mean, 6 laps around here will be entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the lag up until that race, the lag's not been too bad. I don't know whether it was just the game servers having a little bit of a moment. It's always possible that the game servers are just having a little bit of a funny moment. What car do I want around here? I feel like, if in doubt, it's probably not the best dirt car. I'm not really worried about strength here. If we get broken, we're going to get broken. When it's unlikely to be high rate of attrition. So I feel like just outright speed in the car that I'm most comfortable driving is going to be the way to go. Can't remember. I don't think there's many bumps, so you might get away with the road cutter. But there's not really enough straights, I don't think, for the road cutter to be of use, particularly. So, yeah. Cool. We will get this ready, and we are just waiting on the Ninetales. So, there's the normal selection of vehicles, nothing crazy in here. As far as I can see, as far as I know, all pretty normal. It might be the most normal race we've had today. There's not even one limo or one silly thing or one likely heavyweight or anything like that. So this is when this race just goes completely bonkers and, yeah, like 2 cars finish. Because that would be the way of Wreckfest. Like, we have a sensible lineup of cars on a sensible track. And, yeah. Asylum Escapee, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, is this a 96-hour stream? Dear God, no. No. No, it is not. It'll be a 3-hour stream. I've done a 24-hour stream once, and it's bloody hard work. I can tell you that much. I would not be doing that. Yeah, no chance. Right, we have come out of turn 1, I mean, quite nicely in all of this. We're up to 3rd. We might even be able to get 2nd away from Aaron here. Depends on... Oh, God. Depends on how fast that car is through this corner. Oh, I really could have done with getting that pass completed, but we just could not quite make it work. We are quick through the final corner, but I'm like a little... Not blocked, but we are stuck behind the Stella. So we're like... It's not so much stuck as that we just couldn't take the line I wanted to because there was a car in the way. There's going to be a similar story here, I think. We're going to try a similar pass, carry as much speed as we dare. We are further alongside. The only problem is you run in such a tight angle through here that trying to get the pass completed, you just can't do because you're so pinned down. Right. Turn 1 would be a good spot if we get a good run on the final corner. Aaron is going to defend the inside. Down here, we've got more straight line speed than that. Now, I'm not likely to be able to get around the outside. I'm not trying to. We're going to try and cut underneath mid-corner. We're going to lean a little bit of a lean. We're going to make the pass work. There we go. It took us a couple of laps. We had to work for it. We made a pass stick on the Stella, and that will move us up to, oh God, to 2nd. Ran a little bit wide. It almost left the door open for Aaron to fight back. Oh, they're too far back now. Not going to be able to do much through there. Oh, that's the limit. that was a little bit over the limit actually. We just slid off towards the wall. Danger Man is now fighting the Stella. We are not going to catch Ninetales, barring weirdness, which we by the looks of it don't have the pace regardless of. We lost a little bit of ground as we were fighting, but we clearly don't have the pace of that car anyway. Actually, perhaps no big surprise. I'm actually struggling a lot with grip around here. I like this vehicle, but yeah, we are really struggling to make the most of it around this circuit. I don't know this track amazingly well, probably doesn't help. Danger Man is close behind. Danger Man is looking to the inside, but that line, you're going to really struggle to get much. So I'm going for a bit of a late apex through turn 1. Get a good run on the exit, which has worked for the moment. That will not work. We've got the car upset over a bump, and that's going to throw me wide. You know, we may be able to keep the Venom pinned down, a bit like Aaron did to us. Keep the Venom, or Super Venom, or whatever the damn thing's called, pinned to the bottom. There is a crane on the outside of the final corner. That's a scary place to be. Right, we will be a bit early on the brakes. Because our car is... I've struggled with the brakes into turn 1, and I know I didn't want to leave the inside open down there. Over the jump we go. Now, I cannot afford to hit the bump that is sending me a bit wide, and this time we do not. If Danger Man wants a pass, it's going to be around the outside, basically, through there, and Danger Man is not close enough. It was a neater final lap for us. Oh, final corner. We haven't quite got it very well, but it's going to be good enough. Ugh. It's good enough. I'll take the 2nd. Danger Man was faster, but didn't quite get through the traffic quick enough to challenge us. Longbow's Nexus was also quick. Aaron would slip to 5th, but fought valiantly with that Stella. Ewan was in 6th ahead of Liam. Dutch in 8th ahead of Chris, and Gliska would round out the top 10. Ninetales is Bulldog. Mighty fast. Mighty fast indeed. Oh, Crane, very broken. Crane, I'm going to guess, ended up in the outside wall, probably, quite hard, and has broken the car. That is the... it is a dangerous final corner. It is a very, very dangerous final corner. But, there we go. Oh, and my AI's had a crash. It is very much had a bump on that outside wall. Well, this could be worse. Could be worse. Shall we go and have... Hey, where do I want to go? Well, I know where I want to go. It's what is it called? Because I can't remember. Oh, no, it's not that. What is it called? I don't think it's called that. I know the track. I want to go to the small tarmac figure of 8. It's not Hilltop Stadium. Actually, to be fair, this is probably better than the closed-in figure of 8. 15 laps. No, let's just go for 10. Yeah, this is probably just as good. Oh, Madman Stadium. That's the one. I can't remember. Can't remember what the stuff's bloody called. I don't quite know why the game couldn't have... When you're in the server options in a lobby, why couldn't it have the same map selection screen as the lobby creation screen? Why do you have to just go by name? It's a really weird way of doing it. Really odd. Slightly inconvenient. What vehicle you want for this is a good question. The road cutter's just going to hate the jump. The Killer Bee's just going to get wrecked. Hot Shot and the heavyweights won't be able to turn well enough. Don't think the Gorby's particularly good. The other ones of these. Why is that so? It must have been. Oh, I know why that was. That was trying to be rebuilt to run in a tournament and did not get the power. Basically, it was either way too much or no. I think that was a maxed out engine. Don't think I had a race engine to go to. I mean, you know what? We could have a go with this. Might work here. It's a little bit more strength. Not sure. Not sure, but we will have a go. Christian Sweden, Wooler, thank you very much for the donations. When I grew up, I always went to the local folk race. So much fun. Most common car by far was the Saab 99. There would be 6 Saabs side by side at the start. After 100 metres, the track narrowed to fit 3 cars. You do the math. I'm gonna guess there were some big crashes. I'm gonna guess there's some. Well, I say some big crashes, but yeah, I can imagine what would happen. I mean, we don't quite have that in England. You have grass track racing over here. Kind of a bit like it. I mean, you have banger racing. But I think the grass track racing is mostly ovals. I mean, we have quite a lot of what's the word? We have quite a lot of like very short course oval, whether it be banger racing, whether it be stock cars, whether it be even up to, all the way up to like the brisker stock cars. We have the grass racing. We don't have like I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think we have like the folk racing on a circuit over here, really. Not that I can think of. I mean, there's lots of different entry-level motorsports you can be going into naturally, but I just don't think that's something that we do in this country particularly. I guess maybe very amateur level Rallycross would be the closest, but that's still something quite different. I could be wrong. There could be something I've not heard of, but that uses like Rallycross circuit. But yeah, I can't think of anything like that over here, which is a little bit of a shame because it definitely looks fun. Right, we are off. We are in the middle of the pack, which is not really good. We're in the middle of the pack, and worst of all, on the outside. Although if we survive this time around, we will at least be on the inside for the next one. Ewan's had a bad day. I mean, we had a bad day as well, but not as bad as Ewan's, essentially. So, yeah, poor Ewan. Ewan's not had the best of luck in this session, I'm not going to lie. There is going to be a gap here, and we are going to put a rammer in the gap, and I'm hoping we cannot quite get across in front of the Nexus, although the Nexus couldn't get turned in. The Nexus gave us a little bit of a bump. That's fine. I mean, we can return the favour if we wanted to, don't need to. The Nexus found a bit of dirt to run into issues on. That will put us back to 7th. Could have been worse, actually, considering that start. No, Nexus is going to fight this one out. I mean, the Nexus will be quite quick. They're very grippy. They're fast, they're small, they are quite light. If the field spread gets much more, we're going to start seeing chaos, I think, at this crossover point. We are going to sneak our way past Crane's Trooper, or whatever the damn thing's called. I've forgotten. There is a mud digger now a little bit further back. So we're on the outside of the war wagon. I want to get that overlap done. It's not quite going to be this corner. I think it's going to have to be the next corner. We will sweep around the outside. Oh! How neither of us got killed. I thought for sure when that one went behind me it was going to hit the car behind, but it didn't. Gliska gets hit on the crossover point. The Gorby's in the wall. That'll be another place for us. Danger Man is up ahead in 3rd. The field spread is now starting to cause issues at the crossover point. We are going to have to start keeping an eye out on that one. Longbow leads. Ninetales is 2nd, I believe. And it is Danger Man in the last of the podium spots. Right, so Ewan and the Nexus, I've forgotten who was driving it, are potentially in a dangerous place for us. For now, they're just about staying ahead. Oh, Longbow is... I think it was always Longbow at the front. Ninetales has lost out to Danger Man. I think Ninetales... Oh, big crash. Big crash has gone on up ahead. That was all the leaders, because that's Longbow. So all the leaders got wiped out in that accident at the crossover point. Oh, that's a lot of cars. Longbow's had to go on the brakes, but Longbow's been clipped anyway in that one. That's put us right here. We're right on the back bumper of the Nexus. Can I find a way past? We've got to go behind the hearse. Longbow had to lift. We didn't. Oh, we have given Longbow some assistance through there, but Longbow will be back underneath this time. And what is going to happen at the crossover point? Oh, God! Longbow's got the acceleration that we did not. I don't know whether I can get myself back to the point where I need to be on the circuit to continue onwards. Ninetales had to be reset. We've fallen from the battle for the lead. It's right at the end. I should have gone on the brakes, but we would have lost a whole heap of time anyway, like regardless of what we did. Chris lost a wheel, must have lost a wheel early on. He's a lap down now. All that hard work. All that hard work and just a little misjudge on the... I say on the crossover. It was probably more of a little bit of greed of me wanting to try and go with Longbow and keep with that. That is what did us in there slightly. Is that... Well, that was a vehicle for position, the war wagon. It's the final lap of the race, though. So unless something untoward happens, we are not going to be able to do anything about it. There's no crossover chaos coming our way. We are going... Oh, Aaron... Aaron got killed on the last lap. That would be the one. Someone always gets unlucky at the end, and it was Aaron on that one. Longbow does take victory. Gliska got up to 2nd with the Gorby. Not bad considering the hit that took earlier. I'm number 1, gets on the podium. Ninetales is 4th. We are 5th. Danger Man ends up down in 10th. Danger Man was running well in that one at one point. I think Danger Man was up in the top 3 at one point. Could be wrong. But there we go. Chris is stellar, lost a wheel, and is just having a horrible time. Oh, and Crane's... Is it Trooper? Oh, almost got murdered by my AI. Crane's Trooper at least makes it to the finish line. Just about. Chris, I mean, doesn't DNF, but is having a torrid time right there. I mean, we were competitive enough in terms of lap time, not quite as quick as Ninetales and Longbow. Around Gliska and number 1's pace, and I mean around Aaron's and Liam's and so on. Danger Man's was quick, but I think got damaged, potentially. That was a good race. That was, yeah, I mean, it was the expected level of chaos from a figure of 8, essentially. Right, let us go to a sensible track next. 6 laps around here. Yeah, that should work. I think we might get the road cutter out for this one. There's not really any well, I mean, there is no, there's not really any heavy landings. I mean, the shortcut route at the end, you could get in trouble and bounce around. But if you're any car, if you're bouncing around in the shortcut route, any car's having trouble because you've overdriven it. I mean, we don't really know how quick this car is around here, because we had this track in the tournament, of which the road cutter was built for, and it immediately went wrong, because me and Dangerman had a little racing incident that dumped me a long way back and killed Lado, even though Lado had absolutely nothing to do with the crash. So, pace-wise, I feel like my vehicle should be okay here. I feel like this track should suit the road cutter, but I could be wrong. Don't really know. Straight line speed is likely to be quite good. The question is, though, it's all going to depend on what we're up against. We got mostly sensible from what we can see so far. Crane has given up on the Jeep. Don't blame you. It didn't look very good. It hasn't had a good time at all. So yeah, probably a good shout in all of this. Liam is not going with the Grand Duke. So the Grand Duke would have been a car for the figure of 8 to try and survive. And the figure of 8s, they can sometimes be quite high rate of attrition, but they just haven't been so far. So yeah, in the end, Liam didn't really get the most out of that. Ewan has got the Hammerhead RSR. Ninetales is joining me with a road cutter. I am sure Ninetales will be better. Ninetales will be better built and will just be faster driven. So we'll see how fast it really can go. I got a couple of Stellas in here. I mean, to be fair, the road cutters are probably some of the heavier, stronger cars in this one, from what I'm seeing at the moment. Unless anyone has got crazy amounts of armour. Road Slayer's the one I'm thinking it is. It might be quite big. But it does very much depend on how much armour stuff is running. And for this being more about racing, most are relatively lightly armoured. We're giving a bump draft to Dangerman off the start line. Ninetales is going to lead the pack into turn 1. I mean, we're on this wide line. Oh, God, we're all going to get a little bit of a squeeze. Everyone's sorted themselves out, though, through there. Yeah, we're all fine. Everyone's got enough space. Bumpy, I don't know whether Bumpy got sideways on their own or may have got a tag. I'm going to guess they got a tag because it'd be a weird place to get wheel spin, but, you know. Oh, there's still a road cutter here having a look. Oh, there is, and we are going to sneak our way. Well, as I sneak, we were already in this place. We've kind of fought our way to keep 4th as we drive into what would be the Joker lap on the real circuit. I know this is a real circuit. I think it's a German Rallycross track. It's the one where Baccarat drove around with... Well, I think it's Baccarat drove around with a wacky suspension on the car. Awesome video. I think I talk about it every time we come to this track because it's just such a cool piece of driving to be able to do what he did with the car around there. Pretty sure someone fell over here not so long ago as well, but haven't watched Rallycross for a little while. It's good fun, but yeah, I haven't really kept up with it too much of late. Right. We are pulling away from Gliska at the moment. Ninetales leads from Dangerman. Liam is in 3rd. I mean, we're hoping for a mighty battle between these. Oh, of course. They all hit it and get away with it. I didn't feel like I hit it that much harder than... If anything, I think I hit it less than bloody Dangerman, but no, we went over. God damn it. We were enjoying a relatively calm 4th place, and now we're 10th, and it's not calm anymore. It's anything but calm. Right. Oh... No, we got the rear connected to Valentine. We got out of the throttle as much as we could there. Oh, someone has been served down there. Not sure who that was. Was it Aaron, I think? Ended up on this side and tipped into that one. I mean, me and Valentine got very lucky to get away with that, as we did. So yeah, it wasn't Aaron. I don't know who it was. They got tipped there. So yeah, my front quarter got stuck on Valentine's rear bumper, which meant I couldn't turn. And because my car was stuck there, it was turning Valentine into me, and we were both heading towards the wall. So the only thing, in that situation, the only thing that solves it is me jamming on the brakes and hoping the car's unhook before it's unrecoverable, which it did just in time unhook. We've got some pace on Chris, but it's the outside at the bottom here. Not quite going to work. It was maybe worth a go. We've definitely got the faster car, but it's how do you find a way past? An outside line down here. you'd be the inside for the next part, but it's a very narrow section. Very narrow section indeed. We may well be able to get to the inside at turn 1. There is space for a road cutter. We will leave Chris space to get in. Aaron is trying to follow follow with the pass. Right, yeah, you get busy fighting with Aaron, and I will run away. Oh, and they have. They've had a big accident. Right, now we must go chasing after Bumpy. Yeah, I mean, any chances of a podium went, but it was my error. I don't know if we quite had the speed to catch or to keep up with the top 3, but it was my error at the end of the day. A very, very small error. We only overdrove this quarter by a tiny bit, but it was just enough to send us over. And yeah, we've got 1 lap to try and gain time on Bumpy. I don't think, even though I think we have got a slightly faster car, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch in the space of 1 lap, unless there is any mistakes from the pink machine. So it looks like 8th may be the best that we can manage. I mean, what we can do is kind of go for a fastest lap of the race on this final lap, because we will be unimpeded with battles and contact. I don't think it's going to be as fast as the top 3, but maybe we can get, you know, a nice respectable lap time in as we head towards the final section. I mean, God, I really want to absolutely send it through here. Bumpy's taken an oddly safe line through there, which almost cost them the position. Oh, I also went down to first, which I should not have done. No, we didn't have enough. We didn't have the pace. We didn't have the pace of Ewan's Hammerhead. That was mighty around there. Okay, we didn't have the pace of Ninetales. Jesus Christ. Some of that's Ninetales. Maybe Ninetales' vehicle is better built than mine. That is impossible to say. But yeah, we could have ran nicely with Danger Man and Liam had I not flipped it. Gliska's Gorby was quite quick. The Nexus relatively good. Ewan's Hammerhead very fast. We almost got Bumpy at the end, but couldn't. Yeah, silly error. It happens. It happens. But there we go. Danny Powell, thank you very much indeed for the super chat. Saying, always happy to see a FailRace live notification pop up. Ah, well, thank you very much. I hope you are enjoying this stream of actually quite good racing. We've had the odd little chaos round, but we've had some genuinely very, very good. We've had some genuinely very good racing as well. Caleb saying, I remember Kevin Eriksson drifted around the outside of everyone at turn 1. I remember that as well. Yes, that was a very cool overtake. That's still one of the best overtakes ever done in a race ever. Like, it was an amazing pass that it got done. Right, let's go to. So we're gonna go. Let's go here. Figure of 8. We're gonna make this a 15-lap race. So this is a real. I say a real survival thing. You find for the first 10 laps this will probably be quite calm. It's the second the field gets spread out enough that you end up having crossover problems for the leaders. That's when it's going to go bonkers. So let's see what happens, really. Christian, thank you very much for the donation. So after a folk race event, all the cars are automatically up for sale for a fixed price, about £600. If more than one buyer, a draw will decide. You can keep things like the chair from your car. This is how they keep the sport cheap and for everyone. See, that's awesome. I would love to see something like that. I mean, as I said, there are entry-level motorsport stuff. I would love to do some of it at some point. But yeah, like folk racing does look really cool. Does look really fun. It does surprise me that we don't have something like that over here. I guess maybe the costs, like, I don't. I mean, if you can do it over there, I don't know why we couldn't do it over here for that sort of price. I guess it might have to be a little bit higher now, just with the cost of even a crap box of a car is expensive, and I guess roll cages are expensive. But yeah, it's a shame we don't have anything quite that sort of entry level over here. More Cowbell, thank you very much for the donation. Saying the cult returns with a squeak. Indeed, the cult is back. The cult of 69 once more rules the donation bar. Chris, thank you very much for the donation. Saying the Bugatti Veyron, that in 2005 had a starting price of $980,000, has manual seats and a generic 2002 VW Passat key. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, that's when you think about it, it's insane for, you know, what at the time was the world's fastest production car, you know, such a special car to have such basic stuff. But I also have a feeling if you had a Veyron, driving it, the very last thing you would be thinking about is the manual seats and the key. This was one of those things that, yeah, I on the surface it sounds insane, but I get the feeling that it was one of the... Because was it the Veyron that Volkswagen lost an absolute crap ton on each car they made? I think. Was it I know the LFA they lost a bunch on as well. I think the Veyron they lost a bunch on as well. It was more just to show that they could. So they tried to cut corners. Well, not cut corners, but make cheap choices where they could. So, yeah, I mean, I could... It sounds insane, but I can see why. Also, the party are telling me not to get a Ghibli Trofeo as my next car. No, you should always get a Maserati. I say that. I really shouldn't say that because we're getting lent on through here. You absolutely should get a Ghibli. I do like the Ghibli. I always have done. You see, the problem for me would not be one of those. It would be a Quattroporte. Quattroporte is... It's one of the cars that, if there is one for sale, not that I could afford it at the moment with everything, but if I had the money to spare and I went to look at a Quattroporte and drove it and whatnot, I would probably buy it. And it would be the world's worst financial decision, but I know it is a car that I would love, even though it's terrible. Why do I keep getting stuck on Ewan? Yeah, a Quattroporte is very much a car that I know I would love it. I know I would have to buy it, and then I know it would be more financially ruinous than an RS6, and that's saying something. So yeah, screw it. The Trofeo will probably be more reliable than a Quattroporte, so go for it. I agree. I agree. Absolutely, that should be your next car. I see no problem with it, other than cost and lots of problems with it. But yeah, every time I see a Quattroporte for sale, it's really dangerous. And we're talking like the older Quattroportes, the ones that really would be a financial suicide/black hole money pit. Yeah, those ones. They just sound so good. It's just such a cool car, even if you know there's going to be 1,000,001 problems with them. Yeah, and I've actually told Carly I'm not allowed to go and look at one, because unless I have an awful lot of money and I don't care if I don't see it again, I am not allowed to go and look at them. I have very much told her that do not ever let me go and look at one, because it would be very dangerous. Longbow got eaten by a limo. Longbow is gone. Christ. So, I've mostly been thinking about Maseratis this race so far, and what that has it's ended us up in 6th. We're being chased by Stevie, and we are trying to chase down Dutch at the moment. There's no crossover issues for us. I think there are a few broken cars kind of littering the outside of the track. We're going to try and get to the inside here of the Nexus as we jump on the power. Oh, there is a Liam. That is for position. Oh, there was a Chris who was stuck on a wreck of... Well, that was unfortunate. That would have been for a podium place, but it was Chris stuck on the... Whoa! Lots of cars turned up there. Lots of cars were in the mess of that one. I mean, we just dived on the brakes. I got a little bit unlucky, actually, with a lag. Oh, Chris got murdered on the crossover. We're back up to 4th now. We are chasing down for a podium on the Nexus. Don't think there's anything. The Danger Man leads. Don't know who is in 2nd. Possibly Ninetales. Generally a safe bet. But I don't know, because I've not really seen what's quite how this race has unfolded. There's going to be a gap. Oh, there's a wreck in a really awkward place there. That's been nudged about. I was trying to do a sneaky pass on the Nexus by using the lap-down car as a kind of blocker. Unfortunately, Gliska's wreck prevented that plan from working. We are still... I mean, we have got more pace than Dutch here. Ninetales is to the lead. Dangerman has slipped to 2nd. So it is them two battling it out at the front, who I think are the vehicles yeah, there's nothing, no one between us and them now. But we're not catching them with a couple of laps to go. We're just hoping for crossover problems, and Ninetales has had some sort of problem. They've lost the lead, and I'm closing rapidly on them, which makes me think they have obviously been hit, potentially lost. Have they lost a wheel? Dangerman's also lost some time. I mean, well, I said we weren't going to catch them without some luck, and that is what has happened. They both get incredibly lucky at surviving the crossover there, because Chris, I think it was Chris, definitely didn't. All the mayhem went on behind them, and now we are going to try and go. We have to go on the brakes there, otherwise we're going to get hit by Aaron. See, the car's further down. I say I'm having to brake. I'm opting to brake because I have a lot more to lose than the likes of Aaron and whoever's in the Cardinal. Don't know who it is. Liam is a slither of health. There is leading and battling between the top two. We are going to get across in front of Aaron this time around. We are. I mean, we're right there. We are just a second back. We need a miracle on this final lap. It doesn't come our way. It is going to be between them two for victory. The fact that we got so close, actually, not bad. In a race where we didn't pay much attention to any of it because we were busy talking about Maseratis. It actually worked. It is how it goes sometimes. It is how it goes sometimes. The races where I'm not paying full attention are the races where we do better. Not the craziest rate of attrition here. We did see a lot of cars in trouble. Glisker and Eward cannot catch a break today. I feel sorry. Glisker's had some faster races, although both of them have had terrible luck. I do feel sorry for them. Bumpy is on one life. Crane on quite a lot of life. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, we picked the right time. I picked the right time to go and watch a mud digger go for a fly. Is Bumpy going to make it? Maybe. Can Bumpy do it? Well, if that wasn't the end for Bumpy... Nope, it was not the final lap. Bumpy DNF'd. Oh, poor Bumpy. Ninetales take victory. Great battle, actually, between the pair of them up the front for that one. Dangerman was slightly faster lap. Don't quite know what happened to drop them back towards me, because they were about 7 seconds ahead of me, and they both had different mistakes on one lap that allowed me to catch, but we were not quite able to really get involved with the fighting. Oh, dear. Shall we go for a slightly bit of a wacky race? I feel like... I mean, admittedly, not that wasn't wacky in itself, but I feel like maybe... don't know what circuit that is. Don't know what that's... Oh! No, I don't think we've gone here today. So, what we are going to do... 8 laps. 8 laps may be a bit long, but that's fine. And we will, as we have control, have everybody go in a motorhome. It is that time again. It is that time again where we go motorhome racing. So everyone in a stock motorhome. I don't know if I can lock it to stock. I don't know. Yeah, everyone in a stock motorhome, basically. You can loan one if you do not have one. But there we go. Giant Paul, thank you very much for the donations. And when you have the chance to make the donation bar look like this, you don't pass up the chance. No, someone was always going to. Someone was always going to make it read 42069. Of course you were. Of course you were, indeed. Drake, thank you for the donation, saying, here are some cars given genuine funny names by their makers. Meanwhile, I'll be getting the cheese. I will be getting the cheese the 69 cultists need for their mints. Sure. Although they've defeated you immediately. Hyundai Trajet. I mean, that's not the worst one. Daihatsu Naked's not great. Great Wall Wingle. That's a brilliant name. Mazda Titan Dump is fantastic. I mean, the Subaru Brat, I don't think is the worst of the names. Honda Fitter, I'm guessing that was the Honda Fit / Jazz in different markets. The Smart number 1 is just a dumb name. I mean... There are a lot of very, very dumb names. What is it in the Mazda Tribute? Which is a weird name for something. There's loads. There's absolutely loads. I seem to remember, I could be wrong about this, I seem to remember, so the Mitsubishi Legnum that I had a while ago, that name doesn't mean anything. So the Legnum is just a Galant estate, essentially. And... when they designed that car, they wanted to differentiate it from the saloon, and they just thought that Legnum sounded a bit better. And I think it was supposed to sound like for a foreign market, essentially. Not that it was exported all that far, but yeah, the Legnum was literally just a word they picked because it sounded a bit fancier. Oh, the map hasn't loaded. I forgot about this because I was busy thinking about, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to race here. What the ever-living crap has happened? I don't know where I'm going. Yay. So what's happened is I forgot to load the track properly. Which means So I'm still So while the track that I'm trying to drive on is Bonebreaker, the map is still Madman Stadium. I forgot about this bug. Unfortunately, I can't just go and reset. There's literally nothing I can do about this at this point. I can't reset. I can't do anything. We are just stuck in Phantom Land. And the game is going to be very unhappy with all of this because I shouldn't be able to do what I am doing. Oh, my controller doesn't like that. I don't know if I'm in the middle of everyone. I'm trying to figure out where I am. I think... Oh, that's a big crash. I don't even think they can see me fully because I don't really seem to be affecting them. I think I'm now pressed up under the... No, I think I'm in the wall at turn 1. Oh, no, I've broken it now. I've broken it beyond all conceivable use, basically. How's it going, chat? It's not. I can't really do much here, unfortunately. Yes, I think I am all the way up against the wall at turn 1 at Bonebreaker. I mean, everything looks broken and weird. So I say apologies. It's just not gone very well. I've been doing so. I checked most times to make sure that it loaded properly, and the one time that I didn't check is the time where this happens. Bloody hell. Anthony Evans, thank you very much for the super chat, saying finally caught a stream. I love watching your videos. They always keep me entertained while working as a tow truck operator. Ah, well, fair enough. Well, welcome to. We had quite a few people catching streams for the first time this evening, which is very cool indeed. I know this is a little bit of an unusual evening. For the old streaming. I mean, say there is a reason, because tomorrow is, you know, that all-important day of the month, and I didn't want to do a stream on the same day and everything. But yeah, it's always good to have new folks in for the streams. I hope you are enjoying this one. If you are just tuning in, I've broken the game. Well, I mean, this is a bug that's been around for a while now. So, yeah, if I'd been paying attention, I could have prevented it. But, yeah, I wasn't. David saying, how about a Maserati? We've got to pressure Chris. Right, we'll peer pressure Chris into getting a Ghibli. I have a feeling the Ghibli Trofeo is not cheap. Shall we go and have a look? I've got not much else to do at the moment. Off to Auto Trader we head. The world's most dangerous website for a car person. How much is... I am refusing to look at Quattroportes because it will be dangerous. How much is a Ghibli Trofeo? Oh, wow. Well, there are some Ghiblis that are quite cheap, but I'm going to guess they're the V6 diesel. Who would want a V6? Who would want a diesel? Are there any Trofeos even for sale? Doesn't look like I'm finding any. I'm going to guess the Trofeo would be the faster one. I don't actually think they've got any on Auto Trader unless I am missing them. The Ghiblis aren't actually as expensive as I thought they were going to be. I mean, I know they don't come with the exciting engine particularly. There's one actually in the village where I live. There's a big car garage. Well, it's not technically in a village. It's kind of off the side. And there's one there at 19,000. Actually, looks quite nice. Oh, this race has not worked at all. But you know, it's how it goes sometimes when it comes to. When it comes to Wreckfest, and when it comes to a live stream, yeah, sometimes things go a little bit awry, shall we say. But, oh well. Right, we will try again with a motorhome race. One where hopefully I can actually partake. Sorry, we're going to end up timing. Woo! What the laggy weirdness was that? What is going on? Why are they going at 1,000,000 miles an hour across the map? They're not even trying to make the circuit anymore. Things have gone weird. Things have gone weird. We weren't last because someone DNF'd. Us stuck in the upside down managed to not come last. Longbow took victory from Dangerman and Ninetales in this one. Right, okay, we're going to try a motorhome race. Maybe we'll go for a different circuit just because everyone who just played it won't want to do... you know where we'll go. Similar idea, you know. We're actually going to load this time. We are going to load this time. I will stop looking at cars. And we can continue to convince Chris. Right. Let's try motorhome racing again. It is loaded in properly. We are hopefully going to be ready to go. Now, Crash Canyon was fairly sensible. It was actually a pretty damn good race. With normal cars, with motorhomes, I'm expecting a bit more chaos. It might not be as mad and insane as Hellride, but it is likely to be quite a crazy race around here. There's more likely to be wrecks. There's more likely to be vehicles spewed across the road, essentially. Might not be, but there is a greater chance. There is a greater chance of it. Let's see if we can get it. We got our victory, right? We got our victory, which is, I say, the important thing. I'm happy just to get one. We've been in the fight a few times. I've made a couple of silly errors. I've not quite had the pace in others. We've been quite consistent. I mean, not consistent as some, but we've been relatively consistent with strong finishing positions when the game has worked. Not much that we can do about that last race. You know, nothing loads. Right. Someone shout at Crane and Chris. Don't think anyone needs encouraging to do either of those two things. Is it just Chris? Chris, oh no, Chris is ready up. I was about to say, Chris. Actually, no. Continue shopping for Maseratis. It's fine. You do that one. Right. We are off. We are underway. We are into turn one with the madness, well, potential madness of all this. Now, the Highline will probably work quite well with these. Unfortunately for me, I am stuck. Not going to be able to get to it for a little while. Although we've got a better run than Gliska. Problem we are going to... Well, no, we are going to have to deal with the Highline. Oh, God. Danger Man is there. We got up onto two wheels. Yeah, maybe the Highline doesn't work as well with motorhomes because they can't actually quite carry the speed. Because they tip over if you chuck them in hard enough. Well, that is something to look out for. Danger Man is trying it as well. Ninetales, funnily enough, with the lead of the race. We have come off of that corner. Oh, Gliska going for the jump. I'm in trouble. I can't really recover this. They started bottoming out and there was no steering to be found. Longbow is going to... Well, I apologise, but it's not really my... I didn't want to go to the inside. Longbow decided they were going to the inside of me. And with that action, I was going to the inside of whoever that was. I apologise for the roll. It didn't actually take very much to get them to fall over. It was just it was already loaded up through the corner, and yeah, all it took was a little hit from me. Oh, Longbow tried to do the jump and cut lanes to save time, and it really didn't work. Longbow with a big roll there. That's a lot of places lost. All that hard work, and immediately has gone away. Oh, that's in an awkward place. Well, I'm in an oncoming lane, but thankfully unlikely to be any vehicles at this point. I didn't know if Liam was going to reset, hence the panic and bail to the other side of the track. Just anything to keep going. Anything to keep going. Right. I mean, it's still a relatively compact pack behind us. We haven't got the big field spread that you kind of need if you're going to have Crash Canyon be crazy. I mean, we've actually got a fairly good, sensible race going on here. Danger Man looking for a way past Gliska. It's difficult. It's difficult to overtake in identical cars. You know, at the end of the day, you've got the same brakes, you've got the same power. So, and I mean, this is a simple circuit. You don't really, I say you don't do much, you do, but it's difficult to find a pass around here, as Danger Man is finding. I mean, if we manage to make up that tiny bit of time and join, I don't know how we're going to get past if there aren't mistakes. Yeah, I mean, there's slightly different lines from all three of us, but they're all essentially doing the same thing, and they're all essentially about the same speed. Danger Man might have got this done. Here, it's almost an overlap. Gliska's liking us slightly, and I think Gliska's probably driving a bit more of a defensive line. Danger Man's driving the line that I tend to take with cars that run up really high, get a good exit. Now, this could be, I mean, it seems to be working. However, now Danger Man's going to have to take the really tight line, and Gliska will go to the top and try and do the maximise the run off of it. And if they fight each other too much, it's going to allow an orange machine to come and join the party, really. Oh, second gear was not what we wanted. Now, will Danger Man defend? If not, I have a feeling Gliska will chuck it to the inside. And so that is why Gliska was taking that tight line, because if you don't, someone's going to do that. And Danger Man's high line is difficult to utilise if you get bumped halfway round. Got away with it this time. This corner, I suspect Danger Man will stay low. They stayed lower, not as low as they probably wanted to. And this is helping me, but I've also got to the point of, where do I go? Because Gliska's always going to go to the inside if Danger Man doesn't cover, which Danger Man does a little bit, but it's not as aggressive a cover, although Gliska wasn't quite as aggressive to the inside that time around. I think Gliska kind of can't be, because if they leave the door open, I could fire my vehicle past. So you've got to be really careful what you do. Now this time Danger Man's very wide. It will be a good line for speed, but the difficult part, oh no, it did stay ahead. We almost made the most of that to get past. I mean, I want to see these two fight, because my best chance of getting past both of them is have them crash. Gliska will chuck it. Danger Man's up on two wheels. I am up on two wheels. That's bad for our momentum. However, we've all survived it. There's a big gaggle having a fight further back. Everyone is being remarkably civilised. We are remarkably civilised through here. Gliska is again taking the tight line. You're sort of quicker on the way in, slower on the way out. I'm basically finding the similar problem that Gliska found against... Danger Man found against Gliska. Oh! God, that one just got fired across. That could have been 100 times worse than it was. Thankfully, it's ended up going between the battle here, really. Quite how that happened, I don't know. It's amazingly lucky that it did. No, it was Chris. It looked like it just got spat out. Oh, I am having some slight control issues through there, but never mind. Nah, Gliska's always going to defend that line down there. Unless anything weird happens down this straight, there is very little that we can do. It was a good battle for the podium. We are just going to miss out again. Danger Man second. Fought hard, but found a way past Gliska in the end. The pace was so close between. I mean, the top 5 were within 0.2 of each other, pretty much. I was the slowest, but we're only talking tiny fractions. Longbow had pace as well in that one. Aaron would end up 6th. Then it would be Longbow. And Crane, Bumpy, and Stevie would round out the top 10. Liam had some pace, but was stuck in traffic by the looks of it. Don't know what went on with Chris. No, Chris just had a bad day, really. I mean, everyone was very sensible. Everyone was very well behaved. And there we go. Flying Banana, thank you very much for the donation. Saying 2 hours late. Better late than never. Saying, what did I miss? Well, there has been some great racing. There has been some chaotic racing. It's been mostly fantastic racing, though. I mean, Hell Ride is always entertaining. Don't worry, it'll make an appearance again. There will be some more Hell Ride before the end of the stream. But yeah, we've had some crazy racing. We've had some just genuinely very good racing, and now we are doing the silly racing. Pretty much, it's the silly racing portion. I mean, this one is always a crowd favourite. This is always a crowd favourite. It's not going to be a motorhomes, though. No. We can do so much more interesting than that. No, we are going to be in a bus. Now, bear in mind, the same rules applied as they did with the cars. You must take the loop. Now, the bus absolutely can make it. However, you need a pretty much clean run from the hairpin to the loop. So if you haven't done this before, I'm just going to say this now. If you haven't seen this one before, I'll inform everybody. But you must have a clean run from the hairpin to the loop. If you get bumped, if you get slowed down, you will not make it around the loop. And if you then try and go around the loop, you will fall off and then block the loop. It is quite possible for the loop to get blocked on this with this setup. It does happen. So you've got to take the loop if you can. If you get nudged, if you get slowed down, if you get pushed around, it is recommended that you take the shortcut. If the loop is blocked, then of course it is fair enough to go for the shortcut. Yeah, you got to try and take the loop, and the loop is slightly faster. The loop is faster to go around if you get it right. As I said, the bus is absolutely capable of doing it. It is not easy. You will probably have to downshift towards the, I guess, apex of the loop, but the buses can do it, but they just need a pretty much uninterrupted run from the hairpin down. So if you're bumping and trading paint, that can be enough. If you're bumping quite heavily, that can be enough to actually slow you down enough so that you can't make it. It's it's right on the limit of what can make the loop. And if the bus falls off the loop, there is a good chance it will insta-die. It might not, but there is quite a good chance you will just insta-die. So you do not want to fall off the top of the loop. This is going to be chaos. This is going to be dangerous. I don't know if being back here is the thing I want. I mean, it might be good for seeing what's going on the loop. I am half preparing myself that we may have to avoid the loop just because of a lack of momentum. If we get too bogged down in this fighting that'll go on here, it may be a wise idea. I mean, we are going to get a great run out of here. I don't want to be the only one avoiding the loop, but we are on a narrow... Oh, no. Well, I think we're going to just make it. Our wheels absolutely left the ground there, but we made it. I would not have wanted to have been any slower than that. Any slower, and I think we would have fallen off. But we have made it on the first lap. In fact, the pack is still quite close together. Danger Man leads. I think it's Ninetales in second. I think that's... I don't know. I don't know who the rest of them are. Of course, the colours don't really translate so well to the liveries and all that. And, you know, different people have different stuff on the vehicles. I think Longbow might be up towards the front. Ewan's trying to sneak to the inside down there. Right. On the exit of the hairpin we go. So far, so good, really, with everything. We're on the loop. It's relatively... Liam with a good run. We actually get a hit from Ewan. which is... I mean, it's worked. Oh, Crane! Crane has had a bad day. Well, I mean, Liam's had a bad day as well. I don't quite know what started Crane flipping there. But, yeah, Crane had an awful time on that one. Bloody hell. We're up to 6th place. We're battling away with Ewan and number 1 here. Can we get enough speed on the exit? Oh, no, not quite. Ewan's got an overlap, but that overlap's about to vanish. So we can potentially shut the door here. Although I don't know if I really want to be taking a tight line through here, because the tight line, we struggle with the exit. Oh, no, that bus stopped. I am going this way. We are not making the loop. I didn't want to get the bus to the side of my head, because that wouldn't work. So I slammed on the brakes, but then we just really didn't have the momentum. Sorry, number 1. I apologise on that. The mess coming off the loop. I think the loop... No, actually, we lost a bunch of time by avoiding. We lost a bunch of time in a few places. However, had we not, I think it would have been worse. If Crane had gone into the side of us, that would have been disaster. That would have been race over. Or maybe not, but as you can see here, I mean, Longbow's had a bad time. Longbow's lost a rear wheel by the looks of it. And that's the sort of damage that can occur from some of these crashes. Right. All the leaders are about to run into this pack of vehicles that just jumped across. The whole lead pack might have been slowed down, or at least one of them was. There is a blockage in the loop. That looks like Crane. Oh no, there's a blockage on the loop. This is bad news for me and Bumpy. We may not survive. We do not survive. My vehicle has got fired out. Did not know there was a block. I don't know what happened at the top of the loop. I'm gone. Longbow's gone. Chris is gone. Liam's gone. Bumpy lived. We're out. There is... yeah, that is not great. How do I bring up the leaderboard? I have forgotten how to do it on this. I swear there's a way to do it. No, I don't know how to bring up the leaderboard. I think it's Ninetales versus Danger Man up at the front, as far as I am aware in this one. Oh, that's so dicey. Well done, both of you, for finding a gap through that mess. Oh, no, it's gone wrong. It's gone really wrong for Danger Man, and everybody's involved there. Ewan's made it through. I think that promotes Ewan to the lead of the race. Number 1's fallen off. Someone else fell off as well. That's a disaster. Well, that's a disaster. That is the challenges. I think Danger Man may have lost a wheel. No, Danger Man... Oh, no, they're slow because the game thinks they're going the wrong way. Oh, they're not. It's just the way it works. So I believe Ewan may have inherited the lead from all of this. As far I can't seem to tell. It doesn't seem to want to bring up the leaderboard. I don't know if Stevie's winning. I don't know how the leaderboard. It used to be like down on the D-pad or something to bring it up, but the leaderboard just doesn't seem to be working. I don't know whether Stevie is leading. Well, the camera won't even go to wherever Stevie is, so I don't know where Stevie is. Oh, no, Stevie is behind Ewan at least. Oh, Ewan's slightly in trouble, has survived the loop fairly well. Stevie did not survive the loop. If Stevie was leading, they've since been passed. I don't know whether they are in one piece or not anymore. Oh, Aaron's in the crash. Danger Man's ploughed into the side of an orange bus. That's not me. That's someone else. Danger Man and Ninetales are still fighting. They're just not in the lead anymore. Stevie is in trouble and stuck. So I'm... Oh, Ewan's gone. Or even Ewan's gone or Ewan's finished the race. I think it's a finish the race. I think that was the final lap. Because I can't change to their vehicle anymore. So yeah, Stevie definitely wasn't the winner. Danger Man and Ninetales fought their way for a position. It may have been second and third. Gliska's with a very smashed up bus. Is going to at least make it to the finish line, and I, for some reason, can't select. I just want to go and select, there we go, the last remaining vehicle, and they will cross the line. Chris asking in the chat, current question of the party, what is your favourite road sign? My favourite road sign is caution landmines, because what the hell are you supposed to do with that information? Like... And not that I've ever seen it in the UK, but I have seen it as a road sign. Like, well, just tell us not to enter. Don't warn. Like, you know, at least let me know that they're there. But you know, that shouldn't be on a road at that point. Because, yeah. Oh, what is the other one? It's like falling... I guess there's one like falling rocks. It's like, well, if they're going to fall and hit my car. I can't do much about it. Our sign not in use is great. Oh, no, best one. Speed camera not in use. That's the best sign. Because then it means you can go as fast as you like and it doesn't matter. That's the best one. Yeah, speed camera not in use. The best sign in the world. All right, shall we go? Where shall we go racing next? Let us go for... oh, we did do Hill. I think we did Hill Straight first. Ooh. I mean, I'm trying to remember what cars are. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the bus or not. Trying to remember what vehicles are able to be used by everyone, because I don't think the van can be. Don't think. Shall we? I don't know. Will it let everyone? I mean, it could be entertaining. A figure of 8 race with the super van. I don't think we've ever actually done this one before. But I will have a... because some people are going to have modified ones. That is the problem, is we're going to have some modified... and hopefully they're not too difficult to revert to stock. Or you can potentially loan one. Not 100% sure. To be honest, don't quite know. But I don't know quite how Wreckfest works sometimes. This may not work. I don't know. I don't think we've done a figure of 8 with super vans before. So this is a little bit, let's see what happens kind of a moment. It could be good. It could be... This is one of those events that could be amazing, could be not as exciting as hoped, basically. And I don't know which way it is going to go. I mean, I am keeping fingers crossed. That it goes well, that it goes exciting. Hello, Cass. Are you hoping for an exciting race? Or have you come to cause chaos? You are a cat. You will absolutely... Well, I mean, you are a cat, but Cass is the nice cat. Cass is the good cat. You wouldn't cause chaos, would you? I say that. You had big zoomies earlier. It's surprising the amount of zoomies that come from the world's shyest and, you know, nicest cat. Some really serious zoomies came out of you. Running around all over the wooden floor in the dining room. It was the cat burnouts. That is what was going on. Right, the super vans. Let's see how they may fare. I mean, we're expecting plenty of falling over. Field spread. Don't know how much it's going to be. Whoa! Probably. I should have locked the diff, shouldn't I? Didn't think about that. Hello. This is currently... don't hit the curb. Jeez, that curb will just stop you dead. Ninetales, unsurprisingly, is leading the way. Stevie is leaning on us a bit. We are trying to... Oh, God. I didn't actually... didn't want to cut across everybody. Did not mean to turn in that tightly. We just did. Oh! That's a line. I don't know if a good line. It is definitely a line. I'm trying to avoid the curb. Oh, that was bad. Bloody hell, Ninetales is quick with this thing. Jeez, just vanished up at the front. Stevie is on their side again. Looks like up on 2 wheels. I guess, yeah, because the front wheel is still on the ground, so it is still technically correct. Oh, Gliska. Gliska got their nose shaved going through there. Oh, no, wheels, ground. Oh. Damn it, we got excited about getting a place and then we lost 3. Although the exit there, we have got at least a good exit. So, oh, it's bouncing. Come on, get back on the ground. It still doesn't want to get back on the ground. There is a car in the middle of the corner. Sorry, Zeno. There was not a... I say we were trying to avoid a stricken vehicle. That bump there is horrible. Right, keep all the wheels on the ground is the way to go fast, pretty much. Ninetales is going to start crossing over with all of us. I thought I was going behind Aaron. I was not. We have just slowly but surely slipped all the way down the order, basically. God damn it. Right, everybody, I mean, everyone is having similar issues with this. Oh no. Bumpies to the inside, having a look, can't do it. Ninetales is just found the horde. Oh, don't know if that's Ewan potentially in second that just hit Bumpy, although it wasn't too big a issue, too big a like slowdown for everyone. Longbow is there, finding a way past as well. God, this race has just gone terribly for me. Nope. Longbow is able to, I think, yeah, if you can find a way to keep it on its wheels. I wonder if like a locked diff and maybe very stiff suspension. Do you want very stiff? Or would you want soft suspension so that it could compress? Maybe. I don't know quite what way you'd want it to go. Definitely a locked diff because you spend a lot of time with the wheel spinning around in the air. I think that may be Ewan. Again, I mean, I think just to do with the way the pack has been, we have seen a lot of Ewan getting murdered. Ninetales has taken a victory. I mean, we have not had a good race here at all. Oh no, it might be... No, Danger Man was in the other one that was in that little fight. Oh, Aaron has had an unfortunate race. Aaron has been involved in no end of trouble. No! I was trying to get ahead of Gliska. I'm in the wrong gear. I saw a chance at getting ahead of Gliska, and I wanted to take it, and then we got bumpied. That race was shocking. I just could not get the speed out of that car. I don't know how. I don't know how Ninetales is going that quickly with that. That's ridiculous. Longbow had also found a way to make it go quicker. I mean, there's a bunch of us, like, with... Up to Liam, we were all having fairly similar times with the car. Like, that lot there all kind of makes sense. But Ninetales has some trick with that car. That is ridiculously fast. Fair play. I'm going to guess potentially some setup gone on in that, or some driving style that I don't know how to do or haven't learnt to do with that vehicle would probably make the most sense. There's certainly no way with the way I'm driving that car you could get anywhere close to that sort of speed. Right. What track is this? Okay, we're going to go to a fairly normal circuit, but we are going to not be driving normal vehicles. Nah, I think we're going... Actually, you know what? We're not bring the bus here. Maybe we bring the motorhome here. Motorhome's not terrible to race. Oh, I've been headbutted by a cat. Hello again, Cass. How are you doing? You want to come and say hello to everybody again? You're not going to meow for the microphone, are you? Where have you gone? Can't see. My office is dark. I didn't turn the light on before starting streaming. Even if I had a cat camera, you wouldn't see anything. It's way too... I didn't turn my light on before we started streaming, and it would be way too dark for it to pick out a cat that sat on the floor. Or not sat, stood on the floor. I mean, he's very cute, but... yeah, you wouldn't be able to see him. She's just liking some attention, aren't you? While everyone gets their vehicle selected. Right. We will. Hello, Cascas. What you doing? He's doing his favourite game of when he wants attention. One front paw on the arm of my chair, and he reaches the other one up to bat at you until you give him attention. This isn't a private server. You are more than welcome to join, as and when there are spaces. So unfortunately, it's only a 16-player server. If spaces come up, you are more than welcome to join, as long as you don't drive like a complete tool, basically. There might be a space, I think. Although I am not sure. The motorhome racing... Oh, God. Well, we've got a good spot on the grid. However, who knows whether we're going to be able to convert it. If we can get past... you see, the problem is we want to get past... Oh, wait. I forgot what layout we were on, as did literally everyone else. Forgot I put it on the short. So used to the main circuit. And we all did it. That's the thing. All of us went to go on the main circuit. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot. I figured that the normal circuit wasn't particularly long. I don't even know how I managed that one. I'm honestly quite... I'm impressed with myself managing to forget it, but it wasn't me. Aaron went up there, and a whole bunch of vehicles behind did exactly the same thing. So we all collectively... Probably wasn't helped. Like, the leaders did it, so everyone else followed. That was a real James May award right there. It's been a while since we've had a good James May award in any video. It's normally reserved for GTA, but definitely a special mention right here. Can I sneak? That would be a sneaky, a real sneaky attempt to the inside. It may work for getting past Dutch, but it won't. I was trying to get both of them in one go there. Gliska is going to get the pass. Well, no, maybe not, because they're going to be stuck on the outside now. We are going to have to... So the thing I don't want to do is let any of them pass into this next corner, which we do not. Fantastic. Now we can focus potentially on chasing down Danger Man, but I think it's going to be a difficult one to do. But you never know. You never know. Gliska is still stuck in 4th place. Turn 1, how much speed can we get through turn 1? I mean, you can go quite quickly, actually, in there. Well, I say you can go quite quickly. I think it's more, you don't have to brake too much because you're not actually carrying that fast towards it. You don't need a particularly big brake, although... So I was better through turn 1. Danger Man was better down the sort of dirt shortcut than I was. So it sort of evened itself out a little bit. This next corner, I'm going to guess it's a bit like turn 1. It's going to be a little break. Different lines from both of us through there. Pretty... I think we've got a slightly better line. I think we were Danger Man is actually a little bit more sideways than I am. We're trying to go from minimal sideways. Although through the final corner, Danger Man did a good job. I mean, we're not that far clear of Gliska, but we're not under immediate pressure. We are again not bad through turn 1. If I can be better through this dirt section. Oh, Danger Man got a wobble on the bump down there. Don't spin the wheels. Don't spin the wheels. That's it's very much of a muchness. Much appreciated to the for the back marker who would stay out of our fight here. I have got that corner all manners of wrong. So I'm trying to really minimise the oversteer. Danger Man is leaning into it more. Some corners that works for me, some corners it works for Danger Man. I was slightly too late on the turning point, so we've lost a bit of ground this lap. Gliska's caught a smidge. It's, yeah, very, very even. I mean, it'd be very difficult. Without a big mistake, it'd be very difficult to find a way past. I'm definitely being a lot more aggressive on the inside at turn 1. But on the dirt, Danger Man's driving style seems to work better. It's only a small section, but this is what we are talking, though. It is literally tenths of a second separating us around this lap. We've had a good lap so far here. But where the hell are we going to pass? We're in identical vehicles. The brakes are the same. The grip is basically the same. Oh, that's not quite right either. So we had a good start to the lap. It's going to be a bad end to the lap for us. Yeah, we're just not going to be able to make anything stick. We didn't get the momentum through that final corner. Gliska's lost a bit of time this lap around. What can we do? I mean, so we end the lap basically where we were. We are once again really quick through turn 1. I mean, we're using all of the track and a little bit more besides, pretty much. Both of us similar onto the dirt. I'm chucking it to the inside, but it's a little bit too much oversteer. through there. If we could have stopped it bouncing, maybe we could have done something. We were quick through here at one point. We haven't really got it very well the last couple of laps. Danger Man's gone in a bit deep. We are continuing to take our kind of preferred line. It's better from us this time around, but it's not going to be enough. And I got my wheel slightly caught on the wrong side of the curb there, and it dragged the car a little wide. Not that it really matters. We lost a couple of tenths in that final corner. Yeah, I dipped the wheel over the curb, and it cost us because it just dragged me wide of where I wanted to be. I tell you what, that was just... We were setting identical lap after identical lap. I mean, it's ridiculous. Outside of Ninetales, who is unbelievably fast again. Me and Danger Man were within 300ths of a second. Gliska was only a tenth down. Liam was right there in terms of pace. Dutch put up a damn good fight in this one as well. It was just remarkably close. Great race. Great race. I mean, Danger Man was under immense pressure the entire way through. One little mistake and we would have been passed. One little mistake and we absolutely would have been passed. But there we go. Unfortunate for Aaron. A lot of us did forgot the circuit we were on, which was a bit foolish of us. But that is the way that it goes, unfortunately. But yeah, great race. I really enjoyed that one. I know it wasn't like a crazy overtaking fest. However, I really enjoyed that race because it was literally just crazy precision from both of us. And I was really quick at turn one. Danger Man was quicker elsewhere. It made for a really, really interesting battle. So yeah, I really... Weirdly, I very much enjoyed that race. Okay, let us go. It is the time... It is the time for the legendary race. This is the maddest race that we do, pretty much. Anthony, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, how long do you plan on streaming? I'm off at work in 3 hours and like to join once a spot is available. Unfortunately, I will probably only be streaming for about 15 more minutes or so. As yeah, that is. I say when these streams end, we only stream for about 3 hours an evening, and I will be needing to go to bed, kind of. I need to change my vehicle because we're not going in motorhomes. No, they are not as exciting around here as buses. It's just the greatest form of motorsport in the world. Buses at Hellride. Potato, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, what sports car would you get if you were 2 meters tall? And what does a kind dog ask you if you are in the way? Pardon me. I mean, the pun, you're going to get a boo from me. I don't... I mean, things like an RS6, doesn't matter how tall you are, well... You know, you're going to fit in one of those, or an RS4, you're going to be fine in those. I think a lot of modern cars aren't too bad. I don't have that problem. I am not particularly tall. So I can't say I know... I mean, I've known people who, if they get in an MX-5, their head is above, like, the windscreen and stuff. Never a problem that I have had. I would say, like, plenty of, like, fast, sporty saloons and so on, you wouldn't have a problem at all with those kind of things. But it is honestly something that I don't have much information on to know, what would work and whatnot. I think you should get a Suzuki Cappuccino. I'm sure there is no way that would go wrong at all. I feel like that's a perfect way to go, really. Definitely no chance of that going wrong. So, the same rules apply for this as it did with the cars. You must go across the jump. The only time you can avoid the jump is if you are physically unable to make it. Either it's full of buses or you are pushed away from it. If you physically can't make it, that's understandable. Whether we will be able to do it on the first lap is a very good question. Or someone up the front has had a sluggish start. In fact, I've had a sluggish start. Because I can get through the gears quick enough. This is looking a bit dicey. Yeah, that blue... Oh, no, I'm not going to make that. So that one there, for example, is very much a case of we were pushed. If I had stayed on there, I think we would have fallen off the ramp. One of the buses went away. It did not want to go. And it has pretty much been ejected from the race. Oh, God. I don't think I'm going to be able to make the jump at all. Although, again, I can't... Gliska, amazingly, has got back on their wheels. Oh, God, it's a mess. It's an absolute nightmare mess. Yeah, so far we've not actually been able to make it on the ramp. But that's the sort of stuff, like, it's... What can you do at that point? Like, where can you go on that one? I've got no way to make the turning. Oh, crane has come down with very little speed. Oh, dear. It's not the best start to the race ever, but we're still on a good amount of health. Oh, Aaron's fallen over. We are side by side with Bumpy. I don't really want to have to lift, but someone's going to have to lift at some point. Actually, no, it's fine for me, because even if... Yeah, we're on the outside, which is where you want to be, because it means that I can ride the banking, ride the wall, and carry the momentum. So Bumpy will be ahead of us initially, but we will fling off the wall with a lot of speed, and that will be us in front. Now, the buses, I always brake over there, because the landing, if you don't brake, is really awkward. The landing, if you don't brake, is really nasty, because the buses don't quite go fast enough to land smoothly. So I do tend to like to tap the brakes there. The other thing to bear in mind is what I said about riding on the walls, damaging the front wheels, is a problem in cars. It's a much bigger problem in the bus. So the bus is a lot quicker up on the wall. However, if you ride it every lap, you will probably break your front wheel. No guarantees, but you will probably break your front wheel. So you've got to kind of pick it, or if you hit it awkwardly, you've got to be really mindful of it, essentially. We are chasing down Crane. Liam is not too far behind. How is the jump looking? Oh, bad. Oh, bad news. I mean, at the time we committed to going up there, it was fine, and then it really wasn't fine. I think I'm stuck. Yep. Oh, there is a bus that has fallen over. There is a Ninetales bus. I mean, we've got 60. We've taken some damage. We've taken some damage. Honestly, for falling off the centre, the fact that I've only lost 38 health, quite good. That could have very easily been a DNF. I don't know whether Liam died. They may well have gone out of that one, because that is a dangerous place to be. God, I feel like we are asking for trouble on this section. We can definitely survive further into this race. We can definitely make some positions up, I think. We will have to wait and see how many that may be. There are going to be more vehicles. If 10 buses finish Hell Ride, it's a good Hell Ride. You don't normally get that many. I think Ninetales may have just gone over. There was a gap to go through in the middle, which we pushed our way through. We took a surprising amount of damage, actually, on that one, which is unusual. The front left wheel is okay. That's actually quite important. It means I can continue to ride the wall here without too much. The wheel won't just pop off instantaneously. You will get some warning. You will start seeing it shake and wobble and everything. Is that Ninetales stuck? I cannot go across there. I think Ninetales wreck has completely and utterly messed that up. We need somebody to push that. That's really horrible, trying to deal with that now. Because if there are buses jumping, you can normally go too wide, right? It's not normally a problem. But with that wreck, you can't go too wide on the ramp, because you will just go in the land. You'll just hit the landing zone. Right, so we will tap the brake. Yeah, that bus is in the worst place imaginable. I don't know who we hit. We really need somebody to take one for the team and move Ninetales' wreck. I'm taking a fair whack. Dutch is everything's unhealthy at this point. Gliska leads. I think Gliska and Ewan have a pretty big lead. I think it might have been Ewan that we hit. Could have been someone else. Don't know. Oh, there's a little gap to go through here. Well, I wasn't actually intentionally... Oh, don't go for that. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh, we're in a law. We are dead. We are out, I think. I mean, we're not technically eliminated, but no. Well, never mind. We DNF. Even if we had got away with that, yeah, it was maybe not the cleverest idea to try and go side by side on what was already a narrow ramp. Yeah, Zeno's out. We've really made this awkward now. It's really awkward for everyone. Gliska has a huge amount of health. Giraffe is still going. Liam's bus is not healthy. Liam's bus is missing a wheel. Oh, and I don't know why the leaderboard doesn't show up anymore. Don't know why the leaderboard doesn't show up anymore. Oh, Gliska's actually got that jump nicely. Got fast enough to make the landing. I'm impressed. Maybe he extended the gears in it. Maybe it can be. Oh, Dangerman landed on a bus every lap. Oh no, that's never what you want for this. Crane's bus is looking very healthy. I mean, that was the one that we were chasing down. Honestly, Crane could be second in this race, I would think. Giraffe might be a decent position as well, I should think. Oh god, although it's all a bit dicey. Bumpy has possibly murdered Liam. Bumpy has then hit Dutch, and both of those are going to be quite broken. Liam lives to fight another day. Gliska, oh no! Gliska's fallen off the ramp now. Gliska's health has gone very quickly. Maybe stuck on the side. Will get reset. Have they still got a full accompaniment of wheels? I believe they do. So Ewan's out. We can go back here. So it is. It's Gliska, Giraffe, and then Crane is now up into podium spot. Liam is still making it. Aaron's still circulating. Crane's bus is possibly the healthiest at the moment, which is impressive. Gliska is flying through the air. Oh, Gliska's had a big wreck. Crane's bus is less healthy now. Gliska's reset. Well, Crane and Gliska's are both nearly dead. Liam's is nearly dead. Giraffe is now the healthiest. Giraffe is actually in a very, very strong place. I don't know how many laps there are. I can't bring up the leaderboard anymore. I don't know how to do it. The game seems to have removed that feature, weirdly. If anybody does know the button to bring up the leaderboard, please do let me know. Gliska may be out. Oh, no, Gliska is still circulating. And it is still Gliska that leads. But I don't know how many laps they've got to go. If they've got one more, Gliska could be in trouble. They do not. Gliska is going to win. Giraffe chased and got very close. Very close, and Gliska has killed. Gliska's AI has killed Crane out of a podium spot. I think Dutch is going to get. Actually, I think Dutch might have been in third anyway. Liam is limping around with one wheel. Dutch is on a slither of health, but I think is going to cross the line in a podium position. Indeed, they are. Aaron is still somehow circulating. Liam, Lanky, and Aaron are the only ones left circulating. Liam in fourth with 3 wheels. Aaron's with 3. I'm presuming all of these have probably got 3 wheels left, to be honest. Yep, they do. Oh, that's so unlucky for Crane. That's so unlucky for Crane. It's one thing. It's one thing like my crash that takes you out when you're involved with racing with other players. It's another thing when you're killed by an AI of a finished car or a finished bus. That's the worst. Ninetales fastest lap of the race, but Ninetales could only manage 13th as they went out. There was the attrition rate always immense with this. And sure enough, 6 vehicles finishing. In fact, 6 vehicles finishing is quite good compared to what we have seen. Yeah. God dear. Matthew, thank you very much for the donation. So I'm suffering with sickness, so I'm sharing the suffering with a bad joke. Who's the biggest person at the King's Round Table circumference? You are going to get a boo from me. And I am sure from chat. Thanks for the stream. Makes the sickness tolerable. Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope everyone has enjoyed some Wreckfest. You know what? This is such good fun, and it's been so long. Yeah, we're going to go once more. We're going to go once more around Hellride with buses. See if. I mean, can Gliska make it 2 victories out of 2 around here? See if I can survive. I'm going to. Well. I mean, Giraffe went for the strategy of survive. Just make sure you survive. And at the end of the day, if you're surviving with 1 hit point in that last race, if you were still moving, you would end up 6th. So, yeah, the attrition rate is so great around here if you can keep your vehicle alive. But you saw what can happen. You can very easily get the jump blocked, or vehicles come out of nowhere where you can't see it. Yeah, it's so easy to be killed in these races, which is what makes this one of the most spectacular events that I think that we do on Wreckfest. It is one of my favourites because it's so mad and you just never know what's going to happen. You can be doing everything right, and then all of a sudden, it's wrong. Basically, you know, it's not something you'd want to race all the time, but it does make for highly entertaining special races, shall we say? But yeah, I mean, you can always go more cautiously over the jumps if you want to try and avoid chaos. There's no rule against it. Hello, Cass. Doubt you will hear that one. It was quite a quiet meow, but there was a bit like, you're such a quiet cat. You should hear Eve, especially in the mornings. You should hear Eve's meow when she wants her food. Christ. Well, she's at least quite good in that you know when she's not being fed, but she doesn't meow for food. Like, I fed her this evening. She won't go crazy meowing again for food until tomorrow morning. About 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes she might. Actually, she's not normally that bad. 6 o'clock. That should definitely be meowing at 6 o'clock. Whether I can be bothered to get out of bed at that time is a whole nother story. I'm up quite early a lot of days. This, I feel, is about to go quite wrong. No, it's going wrong for a lot of people, me included. Ow. I mean, we lost quite a lot of health, not that much time. I'm honestly impressed with how little time was lost in what could have been a truly disastrous moment. Danger Man is leading the way this time. Like, leading early on is helpful in some regards, but it doesn't. Even if you build a big lead with this style of circuit, there is absolute no guarantees. Oh, didn't want to lean on Ninetales because we're going to make contact over this jump. Okay, we're fine. So Ninetales was. So we had a little tap with Ninetales, which put Ninetales towards the fire loop, and then Ninetales has to correct, of course, and ends up in front of us, and it's all a little bit. Oh, Bumpy's gone for a fall over. Yeah, it was all a little bit scruffy, and it almost could have ended in disaster. Crane with a big hit on the landing. Aaron's carried a huge amount of speed. I don't know how Aaron's got that much speed, but fair play. Dutch has lost a whole heap of health, which I don't quite know how. We are going to go up on the wall and try and pass both of them if we can, using the high line. The littlest of bumps. The littlest of bumps, and Aaron's gone over. I mean, it's quite funny. It's funny because it's not me. That is very unfortunate for Aaron, to be fair. We've actually had a relatively clean start to this race. So Danger Man's enjoying a lead. I think that lead next lap is when I think things are going to start getting interesting for Danger Man and for anybody, because I think we're going to start having vehicles at awkward points in the crossover. Yeah, Zeno was in a bad place. Oh, we were in a bad place. Ninetales felt the brunt of that one. Oh, who is that? Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't know where that was going to go. Yeah, so Ninetales got hit by us. We got hit by Dutch. Zeno's basically dead. It's all pretty bad. Oh, and Crane has fallen over. You can roll even on your own there. That's why it only takes the littlest of taps to get in trouble on that one. Stevie's lost a wheel. That's unfortunate. That will be from riding the wall, I should think. Well, he's probably taken damage, and then rode the wall has finished it off. Danger Man has been involved in a clonk somewhere because it's slipped down to, I presume, 3rd, which would make Liam 4th, Ninetales 5th, and me 6th. That all makes sense. That was not really a great run around there. Danger Man had to take avoiding action on the ramp. Oh, Liam and Ninetales were tangling there, which wasn't great. We are across the jump relatively well. Oh, Ewan has got some speed. Ninetales has had a problem. Don't quite know what occurred for that one. Can we... I mean, we were looking really high up there. We've got a huge amount of momentum off the corner, but it's not going to be enough. Liam's asking for a trouble on that one. You're asking to get rolled over doing that, but Liam survives. Oh, and there's all clonking going on here. This has got trouble written all over it. I do not want to be on this side. Nothing's actually heading towards us, so we are mostly okay. This is the battle for the podium at the moment. It's Gliska and Dangerman, I think, up at the front, battling for position. I'm stuck on a tight line. I can't get that sweeping line, although we've still got a quite decent amount of speed off of it. Sure, let's go side by side with Ewan. Oh, we've caused some deaths. Not ours, though. We've caused deaths, but not for me. Sorry, Ewan. However, had I not turned to avoid the oncoming vehicle, I would have taken a lot of damage. So I turned to avoid the oncoming vehicle, and we killed Ewan. It's one of those. My game has suddenly got louder. I'm sorry if the now. Oh, the stream is quite loud. Game volume is quite loud. I swear I haven't really been able to hear my vehicle the entire time, and all of a sudden it's now got quite loud. But anyway, I think Gliska may have taken damage. It looks like Gliska's down to 3 wheels. So Gliska is still circulating and actually has a lot of health, but has taken some damage. No, not doing that. It really is single file up the jump. I don't quite know how Ewan must have extended the gears. If mine, I thought mine had, but Ewan is able to take way more speed over there than I am. I mean, I know we were fighting with Gliska a little bit, but yeah, I don't know how Ewan's able to get that much speed. The only thing I can think of is maybe extended gears. Dangerman's lead has kind of diminished in all of this. This has not been as destructive as the first time around. I mean, I say that yet. Yet is probably the optimum word. Ooh, Dangerman had a weird bump on the landing there. Looks like everyone got away with it fine. Someone's avoiding action. Yeah, Gliska is unfortunate, but is slowly dropping back. Dangerman may have suffered damage, you know. Dangerman may be down to 3 wheels as well. Ewan is battling with Liam, and looks like Ewan is going to make this work. Oh, I don't know. This is looking dicey as anything. Oh, they're all in trouble. I think Dangerman's out. Yeah, Dangerman's wrecked. Dangerman has been DNF'd out of it. That's a big flight and a big crash. Dangerman's out. Ewan may be out or may have just had to reset. I had no option but to slam on the brakes on that. If we'd gone into it, it wouldn't have solved anything. We would have just lost more health ourselves. Giraffe leads. Giraffe's sensible strategy of keep it alive is working, partly because things went wrong on the on the jump. Right, can we chase down anyone further up? Oh, Stevie almost murdered Giraffe. Liam's going to get murdered. We have again survived, but we have lost a wheel. We are down to 3 wheels. Ewan is down to 3 wheels. We're on the final lap of the race. It feels like this hasn't been very attrition-based, and then all of a sudden, it's become very attrition-based at the end. Giraffe has had a humongous hit at the top. Giraffe could be in trouble. I think Ninetales is just dead. Now, oh, I'm beached. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, we are second. Crane died. Ewan's dead. I think Burger King may have 4 wheels, so there's little that we can do to stop them. Yeah, they have 4 wheels. Giraffe does not have 4 wheels anymore. We were peached. We were properly peached. The jump's become a graveyard of buses. It took a while. This was honestly, for a lot of it, one of the more sensible Hell Ride races we've ever done. And the final 2 laps, just 3 of us make it. It was going so well. It was going so well, and then it really didn't. It just completely fell apart. Bloody hell. Oh, that's why I love this race. We've finished. Like, honestly, the fact that we somehow finished is remarkable. I don't know how we got away with it. Uh, it's such a crazy event. It's such a crazy event. Well done, Giraffe, on taking victory. Well, the three of us that made it. Bloody hell. That was one of the more destructive races we've seen, and for 6 laps it was quite good. It was just the final 2, just everything died. Oh, bloody hell. And that is the way to do a grand finale, I think. Josh, thank you very much for the donation. So finally caught a live stream. Hey, we have another one. You guys rule. Thank you very much. What does a pirate use when knitting? Yarn, of course. Of course it would be. Keep up the glorious work, Alex and co. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to see, streaming on a slightly wacky evening, I'm glad to see we've got some different people have been able to catch live streams, which is awesome. I hope you have, if any of you, this is your first time you've been able to catch a live stream live and everything, I hope you have been enjoying your time with us this Thursday evening. It's been a lot of fun. It actually has. Like I've thoroughly enjoyed my evening. Sometimes I get frustrated by Wreckfest, mostly because I'm a bit off the pace because I don't play the game very often, but... No, I've had a lot of fun. We've had some very good racing. We've had some really good close wheel-to-wheel racing. We've had some really good action, and then we've had some truly wacky stuff. Especially that final Hellride race was really quite something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That is going to be it for this evening. I thank you all very much for watching. A massive thank you to... everybody who has donated. I think I read everything. If I missed any, I do apologise. But thank you very much. It is always immensely appreciated. Also, Falcon, thank you very much for the super chat, saying congrats on surviving. Buy some Dutch speculas. I don't know what that is. Anybody know what that is? I do not know. I do not know what that is. Yeah, there we go. That will be it for this evening. I will be back streaming hopefully on Sunday. I can't completely guarantee it at the moment. I might not be around, but yeah, there will hopefully be a stream on Sunday. I don't know what it will be on, depending on what my setup is feeling like it wants to do. That, though, is going to be it for this evening. Until next time, goodbye.